All right, boys, welcome back to the Side Boob, the official podcast of the Man Boob Fantasy Football League. Feels good to say that. 10th draft, 10th,
Mm-hmm.
10th draft is in the book,
That's right.
but
10 fucking years.
crazy. Not a lot of leagues can say that. I mean, I mean, it's an elite league for sure that a lot of people would be jealous of. But first and foremost, Jared, thank you once again for the hospitality. I mean, the draft room is just it's unreal. Like it really is. I mean, that's another thing other leagues would be jealous of. Like, I mean, there's just I mean, fit 12 guys in there comfortably. Guys,
We're just starting to get a lot of memories in that room, for real.
yeah, dude. I mean, it
Years we're building.
remembering like drafting in other places, like Corey's backyard, Nathan's backyard.
Dude,
It's like it feels like an eternity ago, and it feels so weird. I can't believe we
yeah.
drafted in a fucking Chinese buffet still. Like that's the craziest for sure. That was wild.
How times have changed. How times have changed. Shout out
But
to Andy, last year's fucking champion. This is the second two-time and the second person to get his second boob, which means he's got his full set of titties now. So great job, Andy, and you're shaping up to be one of the better managers in the league, I would say. You disagree with that there, Don?
no, he's for sure one of the better managers, if not the best manager. I'm not saying he's the best drafter, but he's he's the best manager. I don't
We'll,
I don't know.
we'll hit on this
What would you
later,
say
but
about that?
we'll hit on this later. But
I'm not saying he's
the
he's
draft is a blast for a million other reasons. Now I'm starting to put a little less emphasis on it, um, and understanding you really do have to manage your team, especially as competitive as we are. And I don't know. I'll say this: the first 8 rounds in the draft don't do as much. You know, when the full draft matters in this league, and you do have to think critically about handcuffs or backups and
which
there's only
a
so
lot of guys missed on this year. I mean,
it's
we'll
some
get into
guys hit
that.
on it. Yeah,
Some guys hit on some big handcuffs and some guys missed on some big ones too.
right.
Like
Right.
kind of surprising ones.
Right before we get too far into the analytics, because we're about to smash it. Andy, good shit by bringing. I think you're the only person that brings as much stuff as I do every year to the league cookout.
Oh, come
But
on.
I really, but even but the t-shirts you made, the little cards you made, all that shit's just badass. Makes the league extremely special, and
For sure.
you deserve to have 2 fucking goddamn
Dude,
spots
you're
up on the
right,
fucking
dude.
on the
He d-
Magic plaque.
he does deserve it.
You know, I watched Howie come in as a 2-time champion, and he brought him, more gifts than anybody, and he's the first
Yeah.
time to get the 2-1, which nobody wanted that. So he deserved to be the 2-time full set of titty. So Andy, good luck, but we're done sucking on your schlock. We'll see you
Yeah.
this season out on the battlefield.
I'm glad that's over with.
Worst of luck, my brother. Um, we'll see. We'll see what happens, my man. We'll see what happens. But great job.
Yeah. I'm just excited the season's starting. It's a special league.
Right.
All right. Yeah. Like like I said, a lot of leagues are envious of what we have here with the fucking draft, like
Yes.
the extravagant draft day with the layout of food and the fucking gifts and the awesome draft and like the active league chat we got going on year round.
Right.
Like,
I
dude,
mean, the league is.
I was like, there was a point draft day, like it was like seventh round or something. Like we had just got done smoking out back, so I was feeling good, and like the
Yeah.
banter was just on point, dude. And I'm just sitting back, just
Right.
living in the moment. Just what a great day, dude. Dude, the fucking
Mm-hmm.
draft day banter is the best.
It is. It is. It
But
is.
now that the fun part's over, you want to open the draft board?
Yeah. Absolutely. And I will say, with the 10th anniversary this season, what a fucking day. What a fucking day. And there's no good league without a little bit of drama. But I think we learned this year that we all want the best for each other, and it's a special day to all of us that will all continue to protect And everybody drafted pretty damn well. But I will say this: you kind of stole some of my reign there, Don. And everybody has to remember deep in their hearts that the worst draft day that we have ever fucking had in this league is the day that, yes, I walked into Corey Pierce's house. I saw 7 14-year-olds sprout out on a fucking couch. I saw him walking in the house shaking and sweating with mind you, this was a Korean barbecue. And Sambo and I were geeking at the fact that my dude had a clear bag of like dog shit chicken fingers and a
Oh
bottle
yeah,
of Kroger's Asian zing sauce. I remember going back to his backyard. There
it
was
wasn't
no
even name
fucking.
brand fucking
Oh my
sauce.
god, it was horrible, dude. We went to the
I
backyard. There was no shade. The back deck had like bumblebees flying in and out of it. I remember thinking, like, dude, this is a sideshow if I've ever fucking seen one. Dude, I feel sorry for him now. But Sam
Damn,
pretty
dude.
much
I mean,
executed.
I won the league off that draft. So I mean,
But still, I remember, yeah, that was a
that
hell of a
Korean
season.
barbecue hit right. I can't believe he had the nerve to call it Korean barbecue. Holy
Wasn't that
shit.
funny? Wasn't that funny? And hey, shout out to I know Jared's daddy now with the whole hosted shit, but the Howie, you hosted a real good one year. That was a solid one. Um,
He said two.
but
He had two. We drafted a Howie's 2 years in a row.
yeah, and it was solid. It was solid
Yeah.
as hell. I'll never forget getting Jared high as fuck to where he didn't know even who he's drafting. Anyways, but cheers to the fucking draft. Sorry for being late this year, guys. I don't care what you say. I bring a fun energy that as soon as I showed up, I realized you guys were fucking flat as fucking without it. You guys are getting old. So anyway, no,
Well,
but cheers to the
yeah.
cheers to the
I think
fucking draft.
yeah. CJ's the one that came up with the idea to just
Fucked up, man.
ignore you when
Fucked
you
up.
came in.
That felt great, boys. Thank you. Anyway,
everybody was everybody was so salty.
I
All
know,
right.
bro. I'm hating. All right. Well,
All
let's
right.
go.
Let's
Let's
just
move forward with it,
you
baby.
see,
Let's rip them apart.
hold on. Let me make sure I'm. Do you see my screen? Got to make sure you're seeing my screen. Can you see the?
Ooh.
I mean, you got the draft board. You don't
Yeah,
really.
I got the draft board. I
But I
got it
got
up
some
right in
other.
front of me.
Okay. All right. Let me share my screen,
Yeah.
anyways.
Let me get in there just to see what you're looking at.
Yeah. All right.
Oh yeah.
Okay. You see it? All right. Well.
Getting there. Yep.
Okay. Let's start left or right, I guess. You want to do that? Let's start with Noble.
Yeah. Yep.
All right.
Absolutely.
All right. Let me just say, Noble's the team I voted worst. So, I mean, I haven't really fully dissected this.
You did that for
Like what?
more
Like
personal reasons, though. You didn't truly
no.
analyze this. I'm kidding, dude.
I love
I'm
Noble, dude.
kidding. I love Noble Noble
Yeah.
too. He
Yeah.
did. But Nobes, you study the fucking game. You do great, right? And you definitely took some reaches, right? Which I can't. I'm not going to dissect you for too. We'll see what
I
happens with
thought.
this team.
Okay, let's just CMC off the board. Good pick. All right. I mean, I'm not gonna criticize you for taking CMC,
No,
but I thought Metcalf
we
at,
take a
at
hard
that
left turn.
yeah, at that 2-3 turn, I thought Metcalf was early.
Well,
I
if I could
mean,
say
I
this,
mean,
good.
I mean, you had guys like, I mean, look at Miller taking Amari Cooper in round 5. I'm
Right,
3 rounds later. Like
right.
is
Well,
is Metcalf better?
last
3 rounds
year
better
I
than Amari Cooper?
drafted. Last year, I got DK in the fourth, I believe,
Yeah.
maybe the fifth or something. I think it was the fourth. It was the fourth. However,
I mean,
he
Metcalf's a
didn't have.
dog for sure.
He had. I mean, physically, he's an absolute beast, and he's going to have a game where he takes your lid off. So
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
I can't slam him too much. However, I think he could have got him possibly even 2 rounds later,
Yeah.
or got somebody
At
equivalent.
least 2 rounds. Yeah, I'd
I
say two
think,
rounds
and
is.
brother, why I think that is your boy Jackson Smith is out there, and they're talking about him about like he's a man amongst boys, and then Tyler Lockett is still given so much credit in that offense. Plus, they've just added Charbonneau, so they're definitely not afraid to wear Kenny down in that
They're going to
offense.
run the ball a lot. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Metcalf's better in non PPR for sure. I mean, he's not going to get a ton of receptions, but he's going to do the most with them. But
And I feel like you did not do enough to recover yourself with the Lamar Jackson pick. And I think that
he,
you should have, if you're going quarterback there, you should have went Patty Mayonnaise, period. Just because Lamar, I've had him, I love him, but not at that not at the 3-1,
I
or
mean, he called
well,
his shot. I know he drafted him as the QB1. He's saying Lamar Jackson is going to be the QB1 this year. I don't care if there's a chance he falls to the fourth. I'm making sure I get him.
I'm just shocked you
So
didn't take Jalen even there. But he
I will
could put up some numbers.
I will say DJ was upset when he took him. So DJ was probably going to take him in the fourth. If he really wanted him, he probably wasn't going to get him.
But I
Falling back.
still feel a lot better about him going at least going after Jalen.
It's about
I
personal
think if you're
preference. I
going,
mean, I agree with you for sure. I'd rather have Jalen Hurts. I'd rather
yeah,
the three guys that went after him. I'd rather have. I can't believe like this is what I was doing regularly in the off season. Is not drafting a quarterback till the fifth round. I'm waiting till the fifth round at least, and every time Justin Fields is there, almost every time. If he's not, I'm waiting till the sixth, and I'm grabbing Trevor Lawrence.
right.
Like he's a OSU guy. Like I feel like he should have waited, grabbed Justin Fields. You got your rushing quarterback. I know he's not Lamar,
Him
but
getting
I feel like
him
there's a
getting
real chance he finishes ahead of Lamar.
he could have got Ramondre Stevenson there, Aaron Jones there, and then James Conner wouldn't have to look so goddamn bad on his team too. I
Yeah,
think he's going to get a little bit of volume out there, but I think James Conner has made a lot of fantasy points off of offenses that move not directly through him. So he just kind of cleans up in spots. I don't know. I think
I
he's really going to struggle. That was not a. I needed something to go with that CMC pick, and I just felt like 3 picks in a row you could have done better than.
I feel like no, he knows football. He knows football better than I do.
For sure.
But
For sure.
I don't think he quite knows how this league works. I don't know how many non PPR leagues he's played in, but like
That's.
you got to shore up the position, and I don't think he did that. Like
I just think like
James
every
Conner's going to
pick
get a
that he took,
lot of touches, but that offense is fucking horrible.
I
Like,
just feel like every pick that he took was not enough to save the last one. Like when he starts
yeah,
getting down to like rounds that I'm taking Michael Pittman, where there's a ceiling of who the fuck knows, he's getting guys like Chris
yeah,
Godwin or.
we'll get to Michael Pittman for sure,
But I
dude.
just and I
I'm
like
not
what
big
he
on Keenan
Sharks.
Allen. Keenan Allen when like Amari Cooper. I can't believe he let Amari Cooper pass like that.
I actually love his Devin Kane pick. So let's just hit on some positives. Love the Devin Kane pick just for the home run possibility. Even if there's a 30% chance he does a phenomenal job this year, that's decent.
Yeah, it was
CMC's a
fine.
dog.
Yeah, it was a fine pick.
Yep.
He got two of the Dolphins running backs. He got Mostert, who's most likely going to see the bulk of the touches week one.
Yeah,
But you're not going to
that
be
was
able to
smart.
you're not going to be able to rely on either one of those guys sticking your lineup. Like really,
I'll say that I think by
is one of
week
those guys
8,
going
it's
to
going to
become
take him 8 weeks.
huh?
Yeah. I
Week
think it's going to
eight?
take him 8 weeks. I think it's going to take him 8 weeks,
That's a
which you'd think.
long
But I
time.
think it is in time for the playoffs, though. And I think one of them would be. I think one of them is going to emerge by then. I'll say that. Could be sooner. I think one of them will get hurt, but they like Jeff Wilson. They like Jeff Wilson in that offense too. Kind
Yeah,
of,
they do. He's
it's kind
hurt
of
right now,
different.
but I don't know how you take Evan Ingram when Dallas Goddard's on the board. I mean, I didn't even take a
That's
shot.
tough.
I mean, especially Dallas Goddard. I'd probably take a shot on Kyle Pitts before Ingram.
I like the Pitts pick.
Just
We'll
the
get to that.
potential upside, like,
Mm-hmm. Well, just because
but
they all have a low ceiling, like,
mhm.
but
Well, they have the low floor, which is like
that's what
nothing
I'm. That's
most tight
yeah.
ends. But
Well,
all right, let's move on to
Jared. I
Miller.
think Jared said just
Go
a
ahead.
side note. I think the difference between the second best tight end in the worst in the league
Yeah, I
was
talked to him about
18
this.
was only like 18 points or something.
I think it was 8. Yeah,
Wow,
such a top heavy position. It's fucking crazy.
100%, 100%.
Dude, one thing about
All
Miller's
right,
team, he's the only person that started running back, which I think's kind of crazy, right?
and for our league for sure, things have switched up a little bit. There's just less certainty as the position,
He
which
went
should have
running
meant.
back, running back. Like he shored up
Mhm.
he shored up. He made sure he got that position out of the way, and then he could focus on other things. But I
He did
think,
really well with that too.
but I first of all, Waller in the fourth is that's a little rich for me, especially when Hawkinson's on the board.
I just don't
If you're
have.
gonna take another tight end outside of Kelsey in the first, Andrews in the second or third especially, but you got to go with Hawkinson. He's the one you want to take in that 4 or 5 range. Like I'm not comfortable taking Darren. I do like Darren Waller, but I thought that was a little early. But I mean, you're calling a shot. But the main thing, since you shored up that running back position, I feel like you had to get a good quarterback here. Somebody with some
Mm,
real upside, like a Justin Fields. He had Justin Fields last year. The guy
yeah,
just he'll just win you some weeks. Dude, if you would have followed up Darren Waller with Justin Fields, I'd be looking at his team way differently right now.
you think so?
What other quarterbacks hit? Trevor Lawrence was on the board. I would have been fine with that. Dude, Herbert. Oh my God. I just wait till we get the fucking Herbert. Holy shit. I'll just go ahead, like deal of the draft. I know I'm getting ahead of myself, but Herbert in the eighth
You like
was
it?
oh yeah. That was all right. But
It's a great
yeah,
team. We're gonna do him. But
our
on Millie's team here, um, knocked it out of the park with the three running backs. I think none of them are. And also too,
I like him.
Najee's. They're not done with him in that offense. They're not.
No, but I
And
mean, Jalen Warren's going to eat into. Najee's a volume dependent guy, and when you got somebody like
mhm,
Jalen Warren, who the coaches love, going to be eating into his volume, like he doesn't do the most with his touches, you know?
think they like this guy that much to go him over that Najee like that.
No, he's not going to steal the job. Najee's going to be there. He's going to get his for sure. But it's just a matter, is he going to do the most with it? Because so far through 2 years, he hasn't. Like
Hmm.
the only reason he had that big year one was because they fed him like fucking crazy. But
And I
dude,
still think they're higher mid tier running backs. But
yeah,
the fact that he'll be able to
Alfred.
start three of them and they're solid gives him a lot of points.
No, yeah,
Um,
for sure. Safe floor.
plus,
Safe floor grabs
you're
this year
right.
running back. Dude,
Having Waller, who is a slightly better than average receiver, you'll have to at least give him credit for, no matter where you stand. Having Waller and pairing him with Amari and Terry for that late is pretty good. Plus, he's got Johan if he starts to merge over McLaurin in that offense for whatever reason. Pickens is a good young guy that high ceiling. Who knows what could happen to him? And a pretty
yeah,
high floor, I think so too. I
I
don't
don't think he
think.
has much of a floor in the offense. But yeah, does have a high. He's gonna be a boomer bust guy, I
I
think. But
mean,
I love. I think he's gonna be great this year.
he makes some big plays.
Yeah,
You
he's
see
gonna
what
make a
Jordan
lot of big
Addison does.
plays.
He's looking good.
I like Jordan Addison
Um,
for sure. It's a good pick.
I hope Gino can keep up the level of play that he did, and he may be able to. Um, as late as you took him, though, that's not bad at all. He was like a top five guy last year, I believe.
Yeah, he was.
Um,
I think he was number
and
5.
Pete Carroll knows he's a good coach. He knows how to
I
continually
don't
work
think
with
he
these
can do
guys.
top 5 again, but
Yeah, I think it's going to be a little tough,
maybe top
but he
8.
has a
I don't
lot of
know.
other athletes.
Dude, getting Amari Cooper in the fifth was a really good. That's really good value. That's a great pick.
Let's pull Mari's stats last year. Let me take a peek.
He was
It's a good
good.
question.
It was good. Just when's the drop off coming? I want to know how good was he with Deshaun? Was he good with
Who?
Deshaun? When Deshaun came back, that's what I want to know. What Cooper's stats were.
I mean, you're right. He still had almost
I'm
1,200
not.
yards and 9 touchdowns
No,
in
he
that
was
offense.
good
That's
for
wild.
sure. Yeah, I mean that was a great pick, except for the fact that Justin Fields is on the board and Trevor Lawrence is on the board. And I feel like just taking those three running backs gives you the freedom to do that. You don't need to worry about
He
wide
took
receiver.
Gene. He
You're
took Geno over who?
you don't need to worry about
Oh,
yeah,
Amari.
a lot. He took him over a lot. He took him in the 11th round. I mean, I don't mind. I don't hate Geno. I don't think he's going to do what he did last year. And there's some good quarterbacks on the board. You don't need to worry about wide receiver.
Think Eckler's going to eat it again this year?
Yeah. Uh,
Does he
he,
finish top
he's.
five?
I'm done doubting Eckler, but I
He
don't
is
know.
like the new
He's
age
not.
Forte,
He's not going to get the
but better.
touchdowns he got last year, but he just gets in the end zone so much, and it's a great offense. No, I like his first three picks. I don't, dude. I don't like the Terry McLaurin, Jahan Dotson pick. I don't like drafting guys that are going to be competing with targets with each other. And
Right.
like within 7 rounds, like those are your starting lineup guys almost.
Right.
Not quite,
He's got a
but
he's got a deep team too. Like he has Johan Dotson, George Pickens, Jordan Addison. Those are his options for flex, pretty
I mean,
much.
if you look down this draft here, if you would have skipped on Waller, he still could have got Goddard, Kittle, like down here a couple rounds later. And he didn't need
Waller could
two
possibly be
two
something
Commanders
special
wide
again, though.
receivers. He could be.
Wallings, he has a possibility.
Uh,
Like,
I'm. I, he's the top. He's the top target in that offense for sure. I like Waller. I said that. I do like him. I just don't like him there personally.
yeah, I'm just
Especially
scared of tight
especially
ends.
when you look
Period.
at the
Outside of
board
Kelsey,
now and see how it played out.
yeah, I'm
But
scared. I'm scared to go tight ends too damn early. That pretty matches up Miller's team. If I
I'll
were to
just
put
say
Miller's
his team has a safe floor. He's going to win some games for sure, just
Miller's
because
a playoff team.
just because of those running backs.
Miller's a playoff team. We can only pick six, but he's one of my six that I'll pick.
And getting Jalen Warren, and yeah, that was a good pick. I almost missed that. Yeah,
All right, on
that
to
was a
Andy.
one of the most important handcuffs. All right, yep. Go ahead. You start.
So his roster goes Danny Dimes, Joe Mixon, Aaron Jones, which I have to add. This is the third fucking year. I mean, literally third fucking year a row in our league that the same person back to back has went Joe Mixon, Aaron Jones, or Aaron Jones, Joe Mixon. Howie went twice in a year
Yeah,
or
he did.
twice the last 2 years, and then Andy did it this year. That's wild. Just one round later than the last 2 years, which not bad ADP. I'm just scared of that Packers offense a little bit. However, Aaron Jones will be
I'm
active with that
not.
young
I think
quarterback.
that Packers offense is going to be fine. I think Jordan Love will
He'll
be
be
good.
does it? He's active in that
He
Packers
looks
offense
good.
too.
Yeah. Aaron,
So we'll go. So he's got Danny. We'll go Danny Dimes. He's got Joe Mixon, Aaron Jones, wide receivers Mike Evans, Brandon Cooks, Hollywood Brown, flex options Jonathan Taylor, Alvin Kamara, and
it's such an interesting
Deion Jackson,
it's such an
something like that.
interesting draft strategy that you couldn't pull off in any other league. Taking
Right.
four running backs in a row like that, not grabbing a wide receiver till this big.
He did that
It's
knowing
just
he was
funny to
going to.
see. He called his shots.
He
He
did.
said he didn't give a fuck about wide receivers. And I mean,
Yeah, and he did it.
I
He
I go ahead.
well, he did it knowing he was going to trade one, which
Yeah, for
watch
sure.
he will get rid of one. And I have to say I did the exact same thing, and it did work out for me. But what were you saying? He what?
I hate his wide receivers. Oh no, he called his shot. He called his shot. Said he didn't give a fuck about wide receivers, and he drafted that way. But yeah, his wide receivers are pretty bad.
And I have to say, I was furious. I have to let you know, man. That's who I was going. That was who I had my heart set on this year was Travis Kelsey, and and I believe he had the
Really?
biggest. I wanted Travis Kelsey, and I was pumped in the fucking car when I got the fifth round,
Ooh,
the fifth
yeah.
pick, because I was like, dude, that is like the perfect fucking spot to
Yeah, but
get
you didn't know
Travis
Andy was
Kelsey.
drafting in
I
front of you,
didn't know
did
you
you?
got no, but that's where I
You sh-
deserve this because I was should have been there on time.
yeah, you
Because if I'd have
could
saw,
have traded up or something.
I could
Maybe
have traded.
maybe.
I I maybe could have prevented him from being in front of me because I knew Andy was my only fucking threat. I could have just very
Wow.
easily seen Andy not thinking I was going to go there. I could see
Wow.
if I just knew if Andy, for whatever reason, was behind me, I was going to get him. And if he was before me, there was still a shot he was going to, because that's high enough that I was thinking, no, he'll at least
Yeah.
go. He'll
Dude,
at
I
least
mean,
go.
like for real, like a lot of guys didn't want to draft in those top three.
No.
Andy was trying to trade.
And what's weird
He was trying to trade to the bottom. He was trying to trade with me. I think he was trying to trade to the
to
bottom of
the
the
bottom,
draft.
if he
Yeah,
would have traded to the bottom, I'd have been
if
good.
you were on time, you would have had Travis Kelsey, and Andy wouldn't have.
No, because
That's
I'd have,
fucking
yeah, I guess
crazy.
because I would have
That's
traded down
crazy.
with him.
Yeah.
Because I would have traded down with him to get Kelsey.
Yep.
Think about that. However, it might be a blessing in disguise, and we'll get to that later. So
I br-
Andy's team: Travis Kelsey, Mike Evans. So Mike, that's definitely his PowerPoint. I'll tell you this: if his big three move, which is not a profound statement, you'll hear me say that a few times. He's good. If Kelsey has a season he's going to have, he'll be fine, which he will. If Mixon is the guy, which everybody's saying he
Mixon's
is
the
the
guy.
dog.
Mixon and Aaron Jones. I'm not worried about. I think
All
Alvin
right.
Kamara is gonna have a pretty good year. I just, I mean, why not take the shot with Jonathan
They're
Taylor instead?
saying they're saying Kamara looks
Holy
amazing.
shit! But
So Kamara, I tell you this: if those three backs look amazing, we're in for a rough time because he's got Kelsey too, and Danny Dimes is good enough to have a championship team
yeah, he's gonna move one of those backs probably. I just don't.
for sure.
I don't know what to feel about Jonathan Taylor, but I mean, they hate him there. Like, is he gonna play? I don't know.
It's so funny that they hate him there too.
Yeah, I know.
So
He's the best
funny.
fucking player.
It's weird.
But
Is Andy a playoff team?
well, let's look at his. I mean, what we should do is look at the divisions: Noble, Andy, Travis, Jared, TJ, and me. I mean, do you think
He's
he
got a
can get
shot.
in top two there?
He's in the mix. He's in the mix.
Yeah.
He's the 5 to 7 range, which I put myself and a couple of other people there. But he's a 5 to 7 range guy.
His
He's not
team's very similar to Miller's. Like running
right.
back heavy, except Andy has Kelsey and Miller has Waller, and
Right.
Miller has slightly. He's got better receivers.
Yeah.
I mean, Miller could move a running back too. Maybe. I don't know. I'd want to
We're
look
gonna
into it.
see what this shit's gonna get crazy, man. Everything changes after the first week, and then everything really changes after like the first 3 weeks. Like it's
I
crazy.
I don't think Miller's season's dependent on making a move. I think Andy's
Uh-uh.
season might be.
We'll see. But yeah, but it's not going to be hard for him too, and he's making moves always.
Maybe not. I mean, Kamara and Jonathan Taylor aren't sure things. But
Facts.
all right,
It,
let's move on.
if he's got a chance, he's got a chance.
Sure, yeah.
So
I'm not. He's got two championships. I don't doubt him.
on
Brad
to
Bradley.
B Rad. I really
Brad.
like his 1-2 punch.
It's just so funny how people like view. Like they got their own drafting strategies. Yeah,
It's interesting, isn't it?
He went wide receiver first. Justin Jefferson. I obviously he's gonna pick Justin Jefferson. First wide receiver off the board. Dude, actually Jamar Chase was my number one wide receiver this year, believe it or not.
Ooh,
I
I'll
feel
tell you
like
this: him getting just JJ at the fourth is might be if you're looking at ADP stuff, that's like might be the biggest deal in the first round. If you're looking at ADP, pretty
I'm
solid.
I'm gonna have to disagree there.
You
I think
think so, man?
I think Tyreek Hill is the steal of. You can't really call it a steal because they're round one guys. It's not a steal, but as far as like how far they fell, like Tyreek fell all the way to the 11th pick. Like
Yeah,
he's like the wide receiver
and he's
three.
one of
Like,
my favorite. He's one of my favorite,
but look at
but
all those running backs that
but
went before I picked them.
but there is, and I would take him where you took him. But JJ, where he got him, is pretty damn good. I
Sure.
would,
I
I'd say
mean,
this. I'd expect Tyreek to go where you got him. I would not have expected
really?
Justin to go. Absolutely, I would have not have expected JJ to go where he went. And and I think
The
there could
only
be people
difference
that
would be like a pick. I think the only thing that made a difference there is Andy. I don't know if anybody else would have taken wide receiver first besides Brad, who's so high, so down on running backs.
I think I would have taken JJ first,
Really?
just because I it was a guy I knew. Don, there was a question mark with some other people. There was no, and I can get to that. There was zero question mark with JJ, and it wasn't because
No, there's
necessarily I think
not.
he's going to be the best fantasy player. I just knew he would be like a top 4 or 5, and
Sure.
I could build
It's
a team from
super
there.
safe, super safe pick. You don't want to fuck
Right,
up. You don't want to fuck up your first pick. And Brad didn't
right,
fuck. He didn't fuck up
right.
his first pick.
And back to the CMC thing, just because we already coupled him with team, I like CMC. He has the potential to be the most sexy player in the league. He does. But that 49ers offense, as dope as they are, they're almost too dope for their own good when it comes to fantasy. And their games are really spurty. Their players put up weird points and nothing the next. It's just a different offense. But just like Eckler and the problems with San Diego, which he's still going to eat, but CMC being in the
Right.
still,
That's why
there was
I
a
didn't.
lot of,
I didn't want to draft top of the draft because I was
right.
scared. I was scared of both of those guys. So
And I just,
if I had to pick from the first one or two or three, like I was going to take one of those wide receivers,
right.
or I was taking Bijan, and we'll get to
Same.
Bijan.
Or I want to say Bijan. I was just going receiver there because there was a couple question marks on running backs, and I went so running back heavy the past few years, and it didn't pan out as much as I thought it would. Kind of
Yeah,
disappointed me.
it's
But I love the JJ pick. I think
yeah.
ATN's an absolute monster. Gives you stability at the position.
Etienne was a good pick.
Um, yep, you went back to back with the you doubled up. You got 2 Eagles back to back with your Jalen and Devontae pick. Love that.
Yep.
I don't know much about Rashad
All
White, but
yeah. Rashad White pick was pretty good too. I mean, he's going to get a ton of volume. The offense is
yeah,
garbage, and there's
he's
just not
he's a
much on the board at that point. I probably would have went Dobbins over Rashad White. No, I definitely would have. I would have gone Dobbins over Rashad White.
it
He just
sucks as
presents
I've
way
been
more. He's got way more touchdown upside than Rashad White does. You know what I mean?
it sucks. I've been big on Dobbins for years, and it seems like the one year I wasn't too huge on him. Everybody loves him where you can get him with his ADP. To be
I mean,
clear,
he's 2 years
um,
removed from that ACL. I'm,
I do know more about him than Rashad White, but the fact
yeah.
is, kind of like the thing I took with Jay, not necessarily the sexiest, but I know he's a starter, and that maybe if I cuff, they'll be fine. So it seems like you got a starter. Christian Kirk is another dude that's sneaky good, and especially where you got him. It's Kirk and Jamal Williams and Elijah Mitchell are 3 cool. Well, I guess Kirk and Jamal Williams are his options for flex, right, Don?
Yes. Yeah.
It's not
Yeah, you're
bad.
right. But
Go
no,
and
I just don't like pairing Christian Kirk with Travis Etienne. I don't like having two.
that's not the
I mean,
best.
it's a good offense. And then I mean, Jalen Hurts and Devontae Smith is fine. So he's got two people stealing Jags targets and two people stealing Eagles targets in his starting lineup. He's got two Eagles, two Jags. I mean, they're
If
good
Jamal
offenses
Williams,
for sure. I just
well,
don't like my teammates sharing targets like that.
well, don't forget that Jamal Williams is going to be the only person for how long? How long is Kamara out?
3 weeks. But yeah,
That's
he's
not
he.
bad.
No, that's not. That's probably who I'd be starting if I was Brad in my flex week
That's what I'm
one. Is
saying.
Jamal
He'll be
Williams?
able to,
He's. I
and
gotta
I
look at
bet
who
you
they're
by
playing,
then,
but
and I bet you by then he'll be able to. Yeah, Christian, that's a little stinky, but we'll see what he'll be able to do with that. I think his team's going to be moving okay, especially with the numbers Jalen's going to be putting, and Jefferson's going to be getting him like a solid 15 a game. It seems
yeah.
like.
No, I like his first four picks a lot. I like Devontae in the fourth is a really good pick. But I mean, that's just the nature,
Oh,
just wide receivers falling like that. But that was, besides Olave. Olave fell a mile and a half.
Goddard's good. Where is Devin Singletary playing football right now?
He's behind. He's in Houston. He's behind Damian Pierce.
Okay. Okay.
But
Okay. I think Brad's a playoff team. I will tell you that. He's one of the six that I'll say I do think is a playoff team. I don't know if he got enough credit on draft day, really, but I think he's up there. I do.
not bad. His first
I
four
like
picks.
his,
His first four picks are good for sure.
yeah, I like the fact that he's starting Justin and Devontae Smith. I like the fact that he's starting Travis Etienne and Jalen Hurts. I think those four are going to put up a lot of numbers for him, and the other three are going to kind of like fuck around, and we'll see. And Goddard's still a good TE too.
Yeah,
So,
he is. I don't honestly, even with Devontae Smith, it's like you can't pass on Goddard there. Like
mm-hmm.
how like at that point we'd already lost Evan Ingram. Like it was clear tight
he,
ends tight ends were gonna go early. So I mean, even with Devontae Smith, I don't mind grabbing Goddard there. But just because he's got Christian he doubled up twice, I just
yeah,
his
yeah,
bench is a little thin too. I know he's banking heavy on Elijah Mitchell here, which I don't know. We didn't even mention this. I don't know how Noble let Elijah Mitchell fall past him as a CMC owner. He grabbed Raheem Mostert.
yeah, a little tough.
Like I especially look how thin he is at running back. You got to make sure you get the handcuff there for your number one guy. Like he nearly went like RB hero strategy.
Yeah, it's
Well,
tough.
plus James Conner, but
He RB hero strategy. I
hey,
think that's fucking hilarious. No, I think yeah, I think wrapping up Brad's though, he did good. You're a playoff team, Brad, and I think you're a sneaker team. You weren't there, so I think that may be a reason, but I don't think you got enough credit on draft down what you can do.
he got
I might
Carlson,
put
which is fucking huge.
yeah,
Well, I had him last year, dude. Like a
kill it.
guaranteed fucking 10 points every week. That kicker.
Well, there you go. There you go, Bradley Dudley.
All right.
Well, all
It's your
right.
team. It's your
All
team.
right.
So we'll let you.
Well, I'll tell you this: Jamar Chase, and I thought about Brad when it came to Goater. You hate to have. There's some people you draft that you fucking hate to have to, but you just can't not. And you know, my man boob, my man boob was telling me to go, like, of course, go after Chubb, but the
Who?
ADP for
Who'd you
Nick,
tell
I
me?
like the thought of Nick. I was just saying my
Oh, you're
that would
in.
not it would not my
I thought it was a
my
nickname for one of the people on the big
yeah,
couch.
I call Gil my left boob. He's just always right there for me. I give him a little cut, a little sniff, a little touchy. But what is
Shout outs to Gil.
no, but Jamar Chase getting him in the fifth overall.
That was good.
That's a huge deal for ADP. I did not want to have to for some reason. I also like to spread my TV watching, and I'm gonna always be happy if Jamar scores, whether I do or don't have him.
Yeah.
Um, so that's selfish, but fifth overall, I had to fucking take him.
I have
I think it was
nothing.
kind of.
That was a good pick. There's nothing wrong with that.
I'll take him.
Like I
Coming
said, he
back
was my wide
around,
receiver one. Like
I'll take
he's
it.
I just feel like he's got more touchdown upside than Justin Jefferson.
One in 10 games, he had like none touchdowns and 1,100 yards, something like that, something close to that at least. If
Jesus.
we can stack 8 more on that,
He's a
that
monster.
is, if we can get a 1,700, 18 touchdown season, I'm very happy to have him there. Plus, it'll be cool to be happy when I watch him score for the Bengals. But coming back around, I was looking at Travis Etienne, and I thought he was
Mhm.
cool, but I do know they had that tank there and a little less identity in that offense. And I know Jalen, I have a little heartthrob for Jalen. He went
Good.
1,100%. He went on 1,100 yards receiving. Then he went up to 1,300 yards receiving. And he did very well, whether Tyreek did play or whether Tyreek did not play. There would be
Have you looked
sometimes,
whether Tua played or Tua didn't play?
um, I'll tell you this the fact
You're
that
banking
Tua
on Tua
missed
big time.
Yeah, the fact that Tua missed quite a bit of ball and he still had 1,300 yards receiving and 9 touchdowns to me, I could not admit that I couldn't. I just really wanted to watch him. Miami's a blast to fucking watch
Of
too,
course.
and I think he was just. I know if I know Jalen Minimum was going to have 1,300 yards receiving and 10 touchdowns this year, and
It
I
wasn't
said
a
fuck it.
yeah, it wasn't a bad pick where you got him at
But it
all.
wasn't the sexiest. A slight little. I
No.
felt. I even felt like there was some inner sexiness that I wanted in it. So I took him. But I also did that knowing because that my next pick I was picking before Sam,
Yeah.
and I knew I was going to be able to get Gibbs.
Really?
Yeah,
Dude. Yeah.
and I was right about it. Sam would have taken him, but I
Gibbs
knew Gibbs.
Gibbs is a sexy pick for sure.
Not
He,
bad
he
in the three.
he's a third
Yeah,
round guy, but I mean, he's just like that
I'm
shiny new toy, dude. Like they're gonna
right.
use like I don't know how much he's gonna be in the backfield. It sounds like they're using him all over the place, like putting him in the
When
slot. Like
Montgomery's in, he's going to slot. You
it's like
know,
you
so
it's almost like you started three wide receivers, but one of them you can put in your running back spot.
and he's got such young legs. I mean, I guarantee Don he's going to have 1,300 total yards and 10 touchdowns. And if not, it's going to be 1,400 total yards and 8 touchdowns. But he's going to have a solid little season. And
See,
I
that's
need a
what I was
starter run.
worried about was
Good.
the touchdowns for him with Montgomery there.
I think
Because
he'll
I
get
feel
8
like
to 10 touchdowns.
Montgomery's vulturing a ton of those. I mean,
Gibbs will get
I
8 to
think
10.
they can both coexist. I think they can. I think it's
He'll,
well within the realm of possibility for sure. I
I
like
mean,
Gibbs.
Gibbs is going to be an average 14-point guy. You know, he's going to have a game where he gets me 30 and a game where he gets me 8.
God,
You
that's
know,
yeah, 30
but I
points.
just, but I'm counting on. Well, I mean, that's high, but that's possible out of a
It
play.
is. It's
Yeah, I know.
possible.
But
Christian
but I
McCaffrey
know
numbers.
I didn't need an amazing guy when I know Jamar and Jalen are going to eat for me. I'm just drafting SEC guys, I guess.
I
And
like
then Jameer,
your first three picks are good. I have nothing wrong with your first three picks. Waddle
fucking
makes
Gil
me a
had to take
little nervous, and that's it.
Gil had to steal Madison from me, and Madison to me was like the last, like for sure, decently productive back. Everybody else to me looked so mid. There was James Cook. Alvin had a lot of question marks. Missed 3 weeks. James Conner, I literally puked in my mouth and had to fucking swallow it back thinking about. Jonathan Taylor's not even on a team. Rashad White just seemed like James Cook, just another starter. Um, I so I took him. Definitely not a flattering. Those 2 rounds, James Cook and Mike Williams picks, were not fun picks. But I looked up some stats, and if I just needed
Mike Williams,
essentially a start, good.
the Mike Williams one wasn't bad, I guess. Like
If he
he's a
can
good
start
guy.
a full
Like
season,
if all your wide receivers blow up, like you win pretty much.
but it's going to
But
be
I
his
mean,
fifth or
hell,
sixth season,
yeah.
and
I did not like the James Cook pick in the fourth. I thought that was.
yeah, it's definitely my most unsexy pick. I like
Well,
the
how do you
fact
feel
that
about Dobbins?
I
You
would rather have Dobbins than James Cook. Was he there?
yeah, he was there, brother. He went around later, like a round and a half later. Javante Williams was there. And
I tell you this,
I would have
I would have
taken
taken if I
Rashad
could go
White.
back. If I
Like
could
you,
go back, I would have
yeah,
taken Dobbins there.
yeah.
Honestly, if I could go back, I'll say that honestly. If I could
It's
go
fine.
back, I'd rather have Dobbins. I'd rather have Dobbins.
I'd probably rather have Cam Akers, dude. I would have rather had Rashad White or James Conner. Like you already got your exciting back, like your high ceiling back, potentially low floor.
Yeah,
I feel like you need a
it just
floor
did.
guy there. You need a floor running back there, and you
I feel
didn't get
like
it. You didn't get
Cookie's
it with
there still. I don't
yeah.
know. I feel like
Maybe
he's got a shot. He's just not say. He just seems so mid. Right? I think
his
DeAndre
floor
Swift would have been a
is
better.
so low. Yeah, I like
DeAndre
Swift.
Swift would have been a better pick probably there. Yeah, I whiffed a little bit on that one.
But
But I don't think it's a bad whip. He's still a starter. I got his handcuff. I hated that I had to take his handcuff too, but I don't think that's enough to fuck my team. I think
oh yeah,
I got
dude,
good.
I was drafting Harris down there all the time, like early off season. Like
Really.
it just feels like a guy that's gonna fall into the end zone, 10 times.
Yeah. And if he starts one of those, I'll tell you this: one of those 2 guys will emerge into a decent starter. That's all I need for my RB2. Fuck it. Um, Definitely the weakest part of my team.
Ooh,
However, I pick myself back up
yeah,
after the Mike Williams pick.
yep,
I think I hit the next two
yep.
out of the fucking park. And I think those other guys aren't even going to matter because Pittman's going to be the one that starts in that flex over Mike Williams probably anyway. Uh,
Whoa,
I could see that,
dude, I like the
dude.
Kittle pick. Getting Kittle in the six was good. I don't like the Michael Pittman pick. I feel like there was if you're
Really, you
looking
don't
for
like him?
I feel like you don't need a wide receiver at that point, dude. Look how much production you're gonna more than likely get out of your top two picks. You don't need another wide. You already got Mike Williams in the flex. Like, let's see what quarterbacks are on the board after Kittle. I'm looking. Justin Herbert's on the board. You could have went Justin Herbert. Like you, it's so important to get that like elite quarterback. We saw it last year. They just make
I
such a
had my
difference.
heart on. I had my heart on being able to. Tua had 19 touchdowns and 3 interceptions through 10 games last year. I know I'm putting a little rolling the dice on his migraine headaches or his little COVID thing he has,
Mm,
whatever gay shit he has again. But Jesus, um,
dude,
but
yeah. I mean, you're a brave man. I'd be
I
nervous.
I did have my heart set on Tua. I was kind
That's
of
all right.
thinking Burrow. I really wanted to stack this year. I really
Yeah.
did, especially if I was going to go wide receiver that
Okay.
high. I wanted to get their stack.
I
So I was
gotcha.
content. I was content on waiting on Tua, and I do think
Okay.
I'm not kidding. Tua was having an MVP type. They like literally an MVP elite season the first 10 games.
Yeah.
Um, if I mean
If he can
Tyreek's going to
stay
be good
healthy,
for
he's gonna be
Tyreek,
fine. Get him in the 10th was fine too. I mean, that was
and that's
I
what I
just
had my
it's
heart
just how
set
I
on.
would have done it. I see what you're saying. I would have
I
taken
do
somebody
agree
else
with.
over Michael Pittman. I would have taken
Yeah,
Ayuk over Pittman. I would take Tyler Lockett was there.
but Petty's the number one man, and he does some good shit in that offense. I like the thought. I like what he could do in his third season. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like with the thought of what he can do in his third season. I do.
All
It
right.
was a little game.
Calling
I've
your
had him
shot.
bue and like to see what he's done. But
He might not
yeah,
have fell
called my
back to
shot
you
a
if
little
if, if that's who you wanted. He might not have fell back to you. I don't know.
right. I don't hate the Michael Thomas pick. Fuck. What if? Who knows?
I just wouldn't be worried
You
about
know,
I wouldn't be worried about wide receiver at all. I mean, this is just
I
how
was
I
going
would
a
do
little
it.
hard.
I
I
wouldn't
was
have
going a
been
little hard.
like your wide receivers are nasty. Like, don't even worry about them anymore. I wouldn't have like the Pittman pick. Wide receiver have been so far off my mind. Like, what running backs are on the
Yeah,
board? Brian Robinson, man.
I just didn't want.
Talk about a fucking steal. When you look at the running backs that went before him, talk about a fucking steal getting Brian Robinson in the seventh, Jared. Like, look at the
That is
running backs.
solid.
I mean, hold on a second. Who went before him? Dude, I mean, James Cook's the most egregious one, I guess, but still
Really.
getting him 2 rounds after Rashad White. Like, what's the difference
I mean,
between
how much
Rashad
later do you
White
think
and Brian
James Cook
Robinson?
falls? How much you think?
Uh, couple rounds.
You think so?
Yeah. I don't know.
Oof.
I haven't seen enough out of the guy to start him, like put him in my RB2
Well,
spot.
he's just a rookie last year, you know.
Was he, or was that his second
And
year? Was he a rookie last year?
I thought Cookie was a rookie last year.
I
Maybe it
mean,
was James
he
Cook.
could go off. He's playing in a great offense, but
Yeah, he's just a rookie last year, and they dished out the other running backs. Got that other rookie. We'll see. I don't. My team's not riding on him. I knew I wanted to get a
right.
starter there, and I just didn't feel like anybody. I feel like my guess was as good as anything else's on who could kill it. Like Rashad White. No, Rashad White didn't look fucking sexy to me at all. I mean,
No, he wasn't sexy, but you didn't need sexy because you started sexy.
he's
Your first three picks are sexy as fuck. You didn't need sexy anymore, dude.
so that's
Like
why I
you
just
needed,
wanted to.
you need,
I wanted to get a good starter. I knew it was his second year.
yeah.
500 yards last year. They dished off some people. If the guy can get me 1,008 touchdowns, that's solid for my RB2. You
Yeah,
know,
that's really solid, but it's like lofty expectations, I feel like.
you think it is?
I mean, 1,008.
You,
I mean, I would be thrilled if I drafted James Cook and he got 1,008.
I could
I
see
don't
him
know.
getting 1,008.
Yeah, maybe.
I asked my aunt Sheila, and she thinks the same thing. So, who else we got?
Damn,
Um,
I need to call her up pre-draft
I,
from now on.
yeah, landing the plane, man. I did have a hard on for. I did. CJ kind of stole JoJo from me. Um,
Who'd he steal?
Actually, but I still would have tried to take him one round later. Joe
Who'd he?
Burrow.
Oh, okay.
I would have liked because I would like him to go with that. So after
Oh
that, I was like, I'll
yeah,
be able
dude,
to
that
give.
would have been nasty.
I wanted that.
Your team would have looked way different.
Right. If I could have got, and I had a shot. I thought I had a shot at him. Where did
Hmm.
he go? I thought I had a shot at him
You
coming
did have a
back in the
shot.
fifth. Coming
Yeah, you.
back in the fifth.
It's just hard in this league, man. You're going up.
Yeah.
You gotta pass a bunch of Bengals fans.
So when that didn't happen, I thought, fuck it.
You had to
Every
pass
year,
three Bengal after CJ. Hold on, how many Bengals fans we got? One, two, three, four Bengals fans before you drafted. There was no way he was getting past all of those. Then
nah, you're right.
Bud, and Nathan on the end there. But yeah, your team would have looked different for sure.
Yeah. But
That being
plus,
said,
I
it
remember
has some.
watching.
You have some
Like,
upside. Your team has a lot of upside, but the floor is low. It's like
yeah,
it's going to be a
it
stressful
could be
season.
low.
You
I
don't know
got
what you're
some
going to get
things
from
to
week to
prove.
week.
Yeah, I got some things to prove. With the most different league, a different looking team than I've had in a while. But
Yeah.
the two regrets I honestly have is I wish I'd have taken Cowboys D a little sooner. Um, that's kind of a big regret I have. And
Bills D is not bad.
um, that's kind of about it, man. You don't
Yeah.
think that's kind of about it? But I tell you where so much changes after draft day, Don. I used
Oh,
to
for
freak out
sure.
so much. I almost don't mind that my team looks a little different. And
Yeah.
I told Sam the same thing. I think me and Sam, which we'll get to, I think we both have very middle of the road teams.
Yeah.
There's some sexy parts. There are some parts that you're like, they're middle of the road. They're a team that, well, I mean, we're going to find out in a month where they're going to go. Um,
A
and it could
lot's
be
going to
good, could be bad.
change. You're right. A
Yeah.
lot's going to change from week to week. That's just
But
how it goes. But
moving on to the man, the myth, the legend, the Gilman, my guy over here, Daddy. I think he drafted very well.
really well.
Drafted very well. Good
There's
draft.
only a couple maybe
I
minor things I could
I
critique.
do have to honestly say I do go Jalen Waddle over Amon St. Brown, even if you simply look at stats.
No, no way.
You
Amonra's
don't
way
think so?
safer. Nah, I think Amonra's way safer. He's gonna get fed.
Really?
Yeah, he's gonna get fed all season for sure.
I
He
would put
might.
a side bet. I would put a side bet that Waddle has a better fantasy season than Amon St. Brown.
How much you want to bet? $20?
We got to
I'll bet.
think how we'll realistically do it. I would do $20 for sure.
All right, we'll bet
I'll
twenty
put
bucks.
$20 that Jalen Waddle has. Yep, very well. We'll do $20. I bet you Jalen Waddle has
You know
more
what the big
fantasy
difference?
productions.
You know what the huge difference is?
And do you want to both agree on both sides? An injury more than 2 games difference nulls the bet. As if you get them all.
You know how we do that? We'll just do like points per game instead of overall points per game.
Okay, we can do if there's an injury.
I mean, injuries don't matter if it's points per game. Like
I'm
it
with it.
only takes into account the games they play. So we'll do
Okay,
points per
with it. We
game.
can do something like that.
The
And
the
yeah,
big
we'll just
the big difference between Waddle and Amon St. Brown is Amon Ra is not playing alongside one of the best wide receivers in the league. Like
yeah,
Jalen
but
Waddle's
he
got to
doesn't.
compete with Tyree.
His stats,
Amon
but
Ra has nobody
his stats
until
have only got the fact that he had his stats only got better,
let's pull up.
and
We can pull up some
yeah, his
stats right
stats
now.
only got better when Tyreek joined, and
Yeah,
especially being his third season, I think he's going to annihilate it. If he can simply improve by last year by 1 touchdown and 100 yards, that's an amazing pick, and that's
Jalen
definitely going to
Waddle.
be more. If he
What are
can,
we talking about?
yes, if Jalen Waddle can even simply improve from his sophomore season by 100 yards and 1 touchdown, which I believe he could very well do that easily.
No,
That's 1,400
Jalen
yards.
Waddle's great. I like Amon Ra St. Brown
Look
more.
at the stat
That's
difference.
that's what
He's
I.
the
Are
number
you
one.
seeing my screen? I'm gonna pull it up.
No, yeah.
I'm
It's the
on.
Discord. I'm having problems seeing the actual
How the
screen for
fuck
some
do you
reason.
spell his name? St. Brown. Will
It's
that do it?
crazy.
That won't do it. Amon Ra. Is
For
that
whatever, it's
two
not letting me
yards?
see the actual screen.
Oh, fuck. How do you spell his name? Oh my god. I'm losing my mind. Let me pull up the league. Who has Amon Ra? Gil. Where's Gil? Alright. My god, how do I not know? Amon.
I don't. It's
Why
not
is
letting me in the live.
player profile? Okay.
It's not letting me in the main chat right now. But yeah, Ma
Here,
had
let
like
me
1,100 yards. 1,100 yards to Jalen's like 1,300 something.
I know Amon Ra
And
fell down on the 1 yard line like 5 or 6 times. So I don't know if he gets that unlucky again. Dude, it just doesn't recognize his name
no,
again.
the stats that I looked up, they take out how close you were
Craziness.
to
Oh,
the
there he
golf
is.
on piece. Mm,
No, but yeah, I take that bet easily.
where are they at? Yeah, when we were going, yeah, even less, yeah, easily 1,106 touchdowns compared to,
Yeah.
and I believe Tyreek helps him, man. To Jordan, to Jalen Wald's 1,350 and 8. I like that
Yeah.
bet. I like that bet, and did it with 25 less receptions, and that happened. And he did that without his quarterback all season. So I'm telling you, give if I don't
Waddle?
think. I mean, I think, yeah,
Dude,
Waddle put up
look at
1,308
yeah, but
without
look at his
without
stats.
Tua.
Yeah. But look at the
Like,
stats
wait,
with and without to it. Yeah. As long as Tua's in there, he's gonna be great. For
but
sure.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
For
Complete season,
sure.
he still did 1,308. So if he did that without him for several games, if we get Tua back for a full season, which yeah, he could get hurt. There's a great chance he plays this entire season just fine. I think it's yeah. I just it's gonna be a good bet.
Yeah,
But
I like
looking
it.
at
Do you see my
getting
screen down real quick? Do you see it?
no Discord's being a little bitch. But what
All
is it?
right, fuck it. It doesn't matter. Hold on, I'm
What?
pulling the draft board up again. All right, yeah, I
Bro, I'm
mean,
trying to hit the voice channels and it's not letting me see anything. Text channels, voice channels.
it's.
It's not
I
letting
mean,
me see.
I can hear you. That's all that matters. You don't need to see
Yeah,
it. I was just pulling
yeah.
up stats. It's not a big deal.
I do like
But
looking at the stats.
yeah, Gil's who I voted my favorite team. I feel like
I
his first 6 picks. I don't think there's anything I can critique in the first 6 picks. I like I said, Justin Fields was the guy I was going after in the fifth.
no, he's right. You killed
Constantly.
it. No, you killed it. He absolutely killed it with the DeAndre Swift pick, and
Yep, that was a good pick too.
I can honestly say that if I,
I-
I mean, I would have
We can
loved
make
to have been able to take somebody else there rather than. I mean, I
than
would take
who?
him over James Cook right now, straight up, and you got him too.
Yeah,
I guess I just.
293.
I'm not gonna lie. It's my fault for not having my own fucking sheet too this
Dude,
year.
I would take Khalil Herbert over James Cook. Javon, I mean, almost all these
Okay,
guys.
now we're just starting to get a little hurty. Okay, we're done.
Uh, yeah,
Now it's just hurting
there
my
really
feelings.
there's only a couple minor critiques on Gill's team. I thought Sky Moore was a little early, and
Gil
I like Sky Moore, but I like
Gil
him a lot. I
drafted
like the ninth
extremely
or
well.
something. He
What's
did. He
funny
did.
is Gil could tell I was kind of peeking at Chubb, and that he wanted him, and he peeks down at me and goes, "Travis, dude, Chase is there." And I'm like, Gil, you're trying to literally, you are literally trying to sway me. We geeked about it, but he was, hey, Chase is there,
He
just because
got your
he
ass,
wanted.
dude. Got your ass good.
Yeah, but he just didn't want to take Chase 2 years in a row. Plus, this Chase
Ah,
does scare me that he is a little injury prone, and Chubb is not as
yeah, he
much
burned him.
anymore.
He burned him last year. He burnt Gill for sure.
Yes, he
But
did. But
huh, Cub's a
it's what
monster.
it is. Yep.
The only other minor thing I would say hmm, is if you're gonna, I like Kincaid there. I wanted him. You sniped him from me. But if you're gonna draft Kincaid, I'd probably pair him with like I don't know, one of these kind of sure. We don't know what to expect out of Kincaid yet. Until I see it, I just wouldn't feel comfortable popping him in my starting lineup. But I mean,
Yeah.
the potential upside with Kincaid is yeah. Yeah, I like Kincaid, but I would have just paired him with I don't know Dalton Schultz or somebody fucking stupid like that. But like I said, these are minor critiques when you look at the finished product, and
Yeah, yeah, he has a lot of upside with this team. He really does.
It's just a solid team, really.
Like the Sky Moore pick, you know.
I like Sky
Well, I
Moore. I
think
just
he's
don't
in.
like where he got him.
Yeah, I agree. But
I like the AJ
who do
Dillon
you
pick
take
in the
there?
eighth too.
You like Mike? Who do you take there? Sky Moore or Michael Pittman?
Well, let's
I
Pittman.
never
I'm no,
spoke with.
I'm taking Pittman before Sky Moore, I think. And I don't even really like Pittman. I
The
just
thing is, you gotta like Sky Moore and his talent and what he could possibly do, and he'll be boom or bust out there. They just have
yeah
so many options at wide receiver, and
yeah
Kelsey's like such
you're probably not going to know when to put him in your lineup, honestly.
right.
But he needed a tight end at that point. Who was? Uh, yeah, what if he would have grabbed like a Fryermuth there and then paired with Kincaid later? And Sky Moore probably would have fell to him in the eighth.
Yeah,
When
yeah,
like
like Brian Robinson would have been a better pick
Ayuk, I
too.
mean Ayuk is just now coming off the board. Tyler Lockett is just now coming off the board. I got Zay Flowers in
Yeah,
front of Sky Moore a little bit. But like I said,
Sky Moore is a little bit of a jump. I like him as an athlete, a little bit of a jump. AJ Dillon, not bad. He could emerge in that offense. You never know. Ezekiel Elliott, they're saying they're trying to keep him over 280 pounds this year. We'll see. Rashad Penny. Where's Penny at right now?
Philly. So we got two of the Philly backs.
Smart.
See which one can stay healthy. Probably neither. Check. But
Two of the Philly
seriously,
backs.
DeAndre Swift, Rashad
Oh,
Penny.
DeAndre and Rashad Penny.
Yeah, they got somebody else. Who else they got? I mean, I know they got Gainwell and Boston Scott. Maybe that's it at the top too.
But the
It's
fact
a
that
it's a
DeAndre
crowded
Swift,
backfield. You know, it was good where he took them. DeAndre
probably the
Swift in
sexiest
the sixth.
flex in the league.
I don't know. I'd say Calvin Ridley on Howie's team's the sexiest, or
Ooh, that's dirty.
Ramondre on Miller's team. You got to look at these people that went three positions in a row.
We'll get to
The,
Howie's
the-
team
yeah, for sure. But
for sure, for
Gill's got a
sure.
good team. You wanna take a little break? Maybe I
Yeah,
can
let's take a
pause
little.
this.
Yeah, let's take a real quick break. Take a
All
real
right,
quick break.
pausing it.
Good,
See ya.
good stuff. Pause. All right, rip it.
All right, where are we left on? We're on Jared, right? I think we're on Jared. Yes.
Yeah, let's make sure we're done with Gil and going on to Jay Rowdy. Yep. Yep. Conclusion on Gil. I do believe playoff team. Moving on, Jay Roddy coming out with Derrick Henry. I like it. I like it. A second overall pick last year. Question marks for sure. Um,
It just is
but
this
it's
gonna be
definitely a good
is
pick,
this gonna be the year where he breaks? I mean, we're just all playing hot
right?
potato. Everybody's playing hot potato with him. I mean, there's gonna be a year when it's over. Like he's 29 now. Usually that cliff is
Right.
28. He's already defied the odds. Can he do it again?
He's got younger legs. You know, he doesn't have as much beating, but he's taken a beating as little he's been doing it. I think I take Henry there. Maybe go Saquon.
Yeah,
Maybe go
I'd go
Saquon there.
Saquon. I'd go Saquon and I'd go Bijan personally.
Yeah,
But
I like the Bijan pick. I think I do go Saquon there,
yeah,
possibly.
but it's all.
Um,
I'm not gonna fault him for drafting Derrick Henry there. Jared was my
it's
second.
because it's
He was my second rig team. Was Jared? It was Gil, then was
it's
Jared.
just that thing. If Henry can simply do what he did last year at 29 rather than 28, Jared has one of the biggest steals in the very first round. I mean, that's a crazy. Look at his fucking stat line. Crazy, dude. People were texting on the fucking group chat last year. King Henry, shit like that. You know. So we'll just see if we can do it again. You're right.
Yep.
Devonte Adams, exact same thing. But I tell you what, he was on my Mount Rushmore this year of value. He dropped so far this year, but I think he's going to do fine this year. I do.
I mean, I'm not gonna doubt him. People are worried about Garoppolo because he doesn't throw the ball downfield. But Devontae is gonna do the most of his touches. I feel like one way or another. Like
I
even
couldn't
if
agree
he's got
more.
like his yards after catch is great. Like just get the ball in
He
his hands. I feel like they'll do.
he will be worked into that offense. I promise you that.
But
So
uh, Kenneth Walker, that's one of the big reasons that I love Jared's team. Kenneth Walker was a my guy, and I wanted him.
he was a my guy for you,
He was a my guy. I have my guys. I know some of you guys don't think I have my guys. I'm just some
man.
ADP fag, but
You
I got some my guys. But yeah, dude,
got some my guys.
I love drafting Kenneth Walker in the fourth. I was hoping I would have been fine taking him in the third for sure. Like I wanted him that bad. Like I was it's not a huge reach, but I was willing to take him in the third. I
And it had
wanted
to
him.
suck for Sam
He
because
didn't fall.
it
Damn
had
it,
to suck for
Jared.
Sam because I like Damian Pierce, but Kenneth Walker was like the last one of the last running backs that could have really taken your top off. It seemed like
Yeah. Well,
one of the huge injury reasons for Sam or Andy's victory last year was
was
okay
Kenneth
Walker.
Walker. Yeah. He got him in like
Mm-hmm.
got him late too. I don't know, it was like seventh, eighth round. It was something stupid. I don't know if it was that late. Might have been. He got him late. Yeah.
Some people thought
Those are
he
the
did.
type of picks that win leagues. Kenneth
I
Walker pick was
definitely,
one of them.
I agree. I agree. It was good. Now I will tell you, I was thinking heavily about getting him as well. Only reason I didn't go is Charbonneau does scare me a little bit, and there was a little injury proneness, and they did play that back and forth with Chris Carson and Rashad Penny so many years you didn't know. Um,
I
but we'll
feel
see.
Kenneth Walker is going to be the guy to start the season for sure. I mean, Charbonnet might eat into his work a little bit, but
That's what scares me.
he's a home run guy, dude. He's fast as fuck. He's gonna break off huge plays.
Fast as
You
fuck,
know he
boy.
is.
He's fast as fuck, boy.
But
Let's go.
one thing about the
Yeah.
Charbonnet, I feel like Charbonnet was almost a must cuff if you got Kenneth Walker. Because if
Oh yeah, for sure.
one of those guys goes down, like the value on the other one just shoots through
Which
the
didn't you
fucking
steal
roof.
Charbonnet?
I don't know if I might have stolen him. I didn't get him. I didn't draft him. He was consistently going in the eighth in the off season. I grabbed him in the eighth. But yeah, I
Um,
got him. Hold on. Let's see. Who did Gill take in the seventh? Oh, not Gill. I'm sorry, Jared. Brian Robinson. Yeah, I kind of just stole him. But dude, it's hard to pass on Brian Robinson when he's still on the board. I can't fault him for it almost. I don't think I can. I can't fault him for it. I wonder if he was hoping Charbonnet would fall to the eighth and he would have taken him there. I don't know.
I wouldn't think
I'd
that
have
he
to
was
talk.
too worried about it.
Maybe not.
I think that's a
That
good pick. It's a
I
good
feel
young
like he
back.
should be.
I tell you what, Derrick Henry and Kenny Walker were the matchup that won it last year for Andy. Now that I think about it,
Yeah,
so let's see if they can get a repeat.
they were.
That's exactly
Debo
right.
in the fourth was good. Hawkinson in the fifth.
I like the Debo in the fourth. I think that's pretty appropriate, to be
DJ
honest with you.
Moore in the sixth was really good too. DJ Moore. I mean, who went before? D Hop went before DJ Moore. I would definitely would have taken DJ Moore ahead of D Hop.
His Brian Robinson was huge,
Yeah, it was a good pick.
huge.
Yeah, Brian Robinson in
That's
the
his
seventh
flex.
is in this league, a running back heavy league, and he has Brian Robinson fold him like this in the seventh like that.
It's really good.
Fuck.
I like the Deshaun Watson pick. I was peeking at him a little bit.
Yeah,
I just
Deshaun worries me a
Browns are
little
just
bit.
the Browns are just tough because their uniforms are so fucking hideous.
Yeah, they
But
are. Oh
who
God,
else?
they're just such an eyesore, dude. Jesus Christ.
Dude, they're so bad. They literally like. I'm afraid to take their fantasy receivers because they're really like that's just the Browns. Like, ugh.
It's depressing to look at, dude.
Yeah. Like as
Like it's the
soon as
last thing
Amari,
you want. It's the last thing you want to see on a fucking
I'm
Sunday
being literal.
afternoon.
I'm
I don't
being
want to look at
literal when I
Browns
say this.
uniforms.
100%. I'm being literal when I say this. When Amari Cooper went from a Cowboys jersey to a Browns jersey, he immediately dropped like 12 athletic points to me, dude. I was like, oh my God.
That's
Dude,
why
he's
you.
going to go out there.
That's why you had it out for Chubb, right? The
Dude.
uniform.
Yep. And I still
The
this year
uniform color.
probably would. Yeah. Do you think I should have taken Chubb there over
Where?
Jamar?
No, like I said, Lamar's Lamar's solid there. I would have taken
That's
Jamar
a
over
tough
Chubb.
one.
I would have
I
taken
think
Jamar. I would have
Chubb,
taken Jamar over Chubb. I think.
you would have. I think that was a good
But I
pick,
would have
and then
followed
we
it
got
up
him.
with a running back for sure. But no,
Yeah,
your first pick was fine
yeah.
for sure.
Where we at? Back
We're on
to
Jared. The DJ.
DJ
We
Moore,
got so
Brian
many
Robinson,
value picks, dude. Jackson
Deshaun
Smith and
Good.
Jigba in the ninth was nice,
Huge.
but I
That
mean, he's
Jeff
kind of
Wilson one ain't even in case.
yeah. I don't know what the deal is with his injury. I don't know when he's supposed to come back. No, Jeff
I got to be
Wilson in the
honest.
10th. That's good. Oh, he got his handcuff too. Wait, no, he didn't. He took Gill's handcuff with Jerome Ford. Damn. Hold on. Gill Gill could have had Jerome Ford. I don't know if you're that worried about him. But I have taken Jerome Ford or don't. I probably would have taken Jerome Ford over Kincaid and hope Kincaid fell to the 12th. But I don't. They both have good teams. Gill and Jared, like I said, top two teams. They both had
Think,
value fall to them, and they took advantage of it.
yeah, they both picked well where they needed to.
Well, I mean, look who. I mean, Jared's got some options to put in the flex. He can put DJ Moore in the flex or Brian Robinson. He's got a
Brian
choice to make. Brian Robinson.
Jackson
Like it.
Smith and Jigba doesn't sound like a horrible flex.
I mean, right? He's hurt right now, but when he comes back,
Of
yeah, he could.
course,
Yeah,
of
for sure.
course.
But
Well,
he's
Jared's got
got
a playoff team.
deep team. Yeah, Jared's a playoff team. Unfortunately, he's in my division. All right, move on to Sam. You got
Commissioner.
you start, Sam.
I love his 1-2 punch, man. I think I go Saquon over Bijan. Sam loves them rookie boys, and there hasn't been a running back talent like Bijan in a while. Sam's a big fan. He'll tell me he likes to go after the young legs.
I don't blame
Um,
him.
so Bijan, he's the
I
pinnacle
love
of their
Bijan.
offense.
There was a point
They
in the
said
off
he
season where Bijan felt like Bijan or bust. I wanted him that fucking bad. Like I was wanting to,
really
yeah. I mean, he's
crazy
the
about
best
some
he's
beef.
the best prospect since Saquon Barkley, and he's going to the team that runs the ball more than anybody in the NFL. They
Who
don't just
doesn't like
run
a
the ball.
Bijan?
They ran the ball, I think it was like 560 times last year. Something stupid. And
Who doesn't like a beach on a Sunday, bub?
they
He's going
were
to be good.
efficient with the runs too. Yeah.
They ran the ball. Algier scares me, but he got the cuff.
Dude, I mean, that's what
I'm
I'm saying.
speaking.
They ran the ball 560 times. Like, Algier could take 200 touches. He's not going to. I mean, there's so much running back touches available in Atlanta. And Bijan's going to get the lion's share of it.
He is. He
Love
is. He's putting
Bijan.
on.
Love
Did you
him.
hear on like the fantasy casters podcast? They were laughing, literally laughing because they're looking at videos of him putting on like second and third moves on linebackers, and they just like can't keep up with him at all.
Yeah, he's a fucking freak, dude. Yeah.
Um, so I
See,
love CD where he got him. You know,
yep,
pretty
for sure.
appropriate, but I really like it. That dude's another guy like Jalen. Another guy that just climbs every year. If you look at his stat line, he got better every year. And
Dan
another
had
guy
CD
like
last
Jalen.
year, too. He had CD
Yes,
last
he
year.
did. He
Yeah.
did. He did. That's right.
His first four picks are pretty damn solid. His first three for sure. The
And
way
what's
running,
funny,
he had no choice but to take Pacheco here. The way running backs are going, so
what's
really
funny
his
about
first four picks were good.
you is you have the same second and fourth pick that Sam did last year with Tony Pollard and Brees Hall. Isn't that funny?
Oh really, dude? Sam
Yep.
had a team last year if they would have stayed healthy.
He had AJ Dillon. You didn't like his Brees Hall pick where he got him. I think he got Brees
Nah,
Hall
yeah,
third.
I thought it was early, but I mean,
He took him on the 3-1 turn last year.
now he took him on the 2-3 turn. He had the 2-3 turn at
So
yeah.
it was came back. No, yeah, okay. Well, yeah, he took CD Lamb. He took Brees Hall after CD Lamb.
I think it was Brees Hall and then CD Lamb.
It went Jonathan Taylor.
I think it's
Well,
not like
yeah,
it matters. He had the
yeah, it
first
was the
pick, so it
first.
doesn't matter.
Yeah,
But yeah,
yeah, he got them both there. Yeah,
it just looks way worse when they're up at the 3, even though it doesn't make any fucking difference.
and then
But
took Tony Pollard with his fourth. That's what it was. But Tony Pollard
no,
jumped
no,
up
no, no, no.
heavily. But AJ Dillon.
Wait, no, Brad had Pollard last year, right? Yeah, Brad had
Did he?
Pollard. Yeah.
Okay.
That
So
was
then
the other
Sam
pick where I thought he reached on Pollard. Two running backs that turned
Sam
out to
had
be dogs.
Sam had Brees.
Yeah. Yeah, Sam had Brees. Who was fucking killing it till he got hurt. Looked like the best back in the league.
He was annihilating it for sure. On with Sam. Love the Bijan, love the CD. I had Pierce last year. He's a lot of fun. I think he's 1,000. I think he's 1,110 guy, which is not bad, being the fact that he's a second running back. Pacheco in the flex is going to be okay.
Yeah,
Not a bad flex guy.
no, his first four picks were great.
That's a fun flex. He's going to have fun flex to watch. You know,
Trevor Lawrence
um,
in the six was good too.
I really
That was
liked
a
it where
guy
he
at
got him
quarterback I was targeting in the sixth. I just didn't
in
like.
2 years.
I don't. I don't like the Drake London pick with Bijan. You know what I mean? And then you
In
followed up with
2
Pitts.
That's what scares you. That's scary to have. I mean, the thought of having three starters right now on the same offense is terrifying.
Not a
Um,
great, not the greatest offense either. It's one thing if
no,
it's
yeah,
the
this is
fucking
not
Eagles or something.
this is not
It's
the
the
Chargers.
offense.
It's not like he's got
Right.
Rivers, Eckler, and
Hmm.
Keenan. He's got a guy that Riddler is leading. Is taking the snaps, and is it him or is it what's his face still?
It's Ritter. Yeah, Ritter's the guy.
He's starting now for sure over
Yeah.
Mariota.
Is
Okay.
Mariota even there? I don't. He might be. I don't.
No,
Yeah, Ritter.
I think he died. He died.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
he did too.
Marcus Mariota passed away. I think. Um,
R.I.P. No, yeah,
Rest in
Ritter's
peace,
the
Marcus
guy.
Mariota.
But let's see when he grabbed London. He didn't need a running back. I like London. Like
Dude, I like him too. You would just hate to have to take him there,
you don't
but I
want to
like
take him
London.
there. You got guys like DJ Moore on the board. You could put DJ Moore as your wide receiver two
Drake
there.
London being a little sophomore, he might be okay though.
Christian,
He showed.
ooh, dude, he passed on some good wide receivers to grab Drake London to pair
I'm
it
not
with.
crazy about I'm not crazy about Christian Watson right now.
I'm gonna have
I
to
don't know
disagree
why.
with you there.
Real
He's
that Jordan Love scares me still.
yeah. I don't think you've bought into Jordan Love as much as I have.
I haven't seen him a bit
Maybe it
though.
bites me in the ass. We'll see. Now he looks good.
Maybe
He does look. He looks composed. Like he looks good out there. Like for real. I like the Packers offense. But
I can't. I thought Dubs was looking a little better than Christian
I,
though.
I mean, I think
Have you seen
he
Dubs?
he got the yeah, he looks good. I like him. Christian Watson's a guy. He's a freak athlete, dude. He's
He
fast as
is.
fuck. He's like 6'4". Like I'm not
He's
saying
honestly one of my
Dobbs
favorite.
isn't gonna have his games. He is.
Shout
But
out to the Madden guys. Christian Watson's one of my favorite value picks in Madden. But yeah, he's a beast,
really,
dude. He's a beast. Yeah, oh, he's a beast at Madden. Yeah, he's like a 77 overall, but you can get him really late. But
really,
he's like 6'4", 95 or 96 speed, and he
yeah, he's
plays
fast as
slot.
fuck, dude.
Yeah, so he moves really, really well. So yeah, he's in the league that me, Miller, John, Jeremiah Johnson, and Sam are in.
Mm,
Um, I did just beat John in the last second play with Tyreek Hill on a 4th and 3, which he should have dropped every single person back, but I fucking did it. But John, I love you. You're still a
damn,
good
that
player.
hurts.
Oh, it was bad. But John played extremely well with Saquon, and we'll see you next time there, you stud. All right. Now, moving on with the commish. Yeah, I do
And he
love the Pitts pick, though.
tripled down on the Falcons in the seventh, dude. I it's like I don't like Pitts is fine there if you don't already have two Falcons on your team, you know?
Yeah, I
It's
do like that. If Pitts, dude, 2 years ago had 1,000 fucking yards, and
and
if he can
a
come
thousand
close to
yards and
that
like
thing,
one touchdown, which like that's huge in this league. Like a
that is
thousand
true.
yards doesn't like it's a safe floor, I guess.
That is true. That is true. I still would. I say this. I
And
would still go
that
Pitts there. It's tough though.
they
That's tough.
drafted Pitts before Arthur Smith was there. Like Arthur Smith is committed to the run. So that means Kyle Pitts has got a block, which it sounds like he's not been willing to do.
Is Arthur
So
Smith trying to do the same thing in Tennessee? I guess now that we think about it, is
yeah,
that what he's doing? Just trying to build that just hardcore run, hardcore
yep.
D.
That's what he's all about the run. Yeah, like I said, Sam's first 4 picks were good, and then he got Trevor Lawrence in the 6th, and then it kind of goes off the rails a little bit. I like that
I mean,
he got his handcuff with Algier. The Roshan Johnson pick wasn't bad, but it's really that's what it comes to. It's 3 Falcons. There's really nothing else to say. Not saying his dude is just too reliant on
does he
fucking.
have to start Drake London?
He started out so good in this draft, really. Yeah, it's
But
his wide receiver too. I guess maybe if Elijah Moore or Kadarius Toney end up doing something, he could pop them in there. He doesn't have to worry about his flex. He's got Pacheco in the flex. I don't know. He's gonna be watching a lot of Falcons games. I know that.
yeah,
I'm excited to
well,
watch. I'm excited to watch Bijan though. I'm gonna be rooting for Sam just because he has Bijan.
I do
But
like the Trev pick. It's almost it sucks. I bet you if he knew that Pitts was going to be there,
he wouldn't have taken London.
no, no. But where Drake London was at, I think he is the number one receiver.
Yeah, he is. I like London.
You might let me look at Drake London's stats real quick.
I don't like London over the wide receivers you took him over, especially when you already have a Falcon on your team.
Drake London had 866 yards
He had
and
some
four
touchdowns too.
touchdowns. 4 touchdowns last season.
Yeah,
Do you
holy shit.
think that he can get 1,006 touchdowns this year?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I think he's the top option, like receiving option on that team. It's not saying a lot with a team that wants to run the ball 600 fucking times, And he's got 2 of them. They can't coexist in that offense. Like
Well, two of them along
it's
with
gonna be
Bijan.
Pitts or it's gonna be London, and then I think it's gonna be London.
I bet you he ends up. Hmm. You're right. That is 3 people on the Falcons offense on a starting roster.
But
But I got to honestly say, it kind of sucks because you got them all three at great AD, and at a decent ADP.
But I mean, his first 4 picks plus Trevor Lawrence. I mean, he could. I'm not saying he can't get in the playoffs. He absolutely can with those
Oh, I
first four
think Sam is
picks.
absolutely. I think Sam's similar team to mine, middle of the road, but very well could do a lot. I really like Sam's running backs. What he was able to do with Bijan,
Yeah,
Damian
for
Pierce, we
sure,
got him in
for sure.
Pacheco. I think he did a lot with that. And still keep in mind, what we're saying doesn't matter. Everything we're saying doesn't matter. If Bijan, ED Lamb, Damian Pierce,
I mean, if
and
they all go
Isaiah
off,
Pacheco,
yeah, it doesn't
yeah,
matter.
if those four hit, everything we're saying is null.
Yeah,
And
right.
then he's still got
You're right.
Trevor, who I think is going to be a 30 touchdown guy. So we'll see. The tight end position really doesn't even matter that much. Like Kittle and Pitts, I guarantee it's not too much. Like where Kittle in the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th is
Honestly,
could be.
if he takes out one of those picks, his draft's pretty good.
I think it's really good.
If
I
he
think
takes
it's
out
really
that
good.
London or that Pitts pick and goes with somebody else,
Right.
his team's pretty good.
I think he's got a great shot. And look, this teams how they look on the board now are never the starting rosters by the end of the season.
No, shit's
Ever.
gonna change for sure. But I
It's going to
mean,
change.
yeah, this is where you build the foundation.
Who does he have? Who does he have that could possibly come up in there and take London's spot?
Elijah Moore, Kadarius Toney. I mean,
That'd be awesome if
it's
Kadoni just
possible.
starts.
Yeah, yeah, maybe.
Kadarius Tony starts coming out. I like his. I like his.
His team would be nasty if that happened.
I really like that he swiped Aaron Rodgers off the board just to make it to where other people have less quarterbacks to get to. And something I started
Oh, is
thinking
that why he
about.
did it? Was it?
I he said
Oh
he
shit!
said he got Aaron Rodgers just so nobody else would get him. It's the
Damn,
only reason he got him.
that's
I,
kind of smart.
I love that. That's also why I got Cousins. And I also got Cousins in case Tua goes cross-eyed midseason. And I got Cousins because listen,
You got
if
Cousins and the
if you
team's blank
consider there's a
gone.
lot of people
We didn't
There's a
even talk
lot of.
about Cousins. You got Cousins in the 15th round. I would have taken
I
Cousins
love it.
over. I would have taken him over a couple of those guys.
I think that
Getting him
Cousins is going to
way
do great.
down there.
But something I got to tell you is not only
He's
does it
good.
help you not get fucked just in case, if you get a quarterback that you can at least start and he can at least do decent enough to win a championship, rather than I've seen people resort on one game a year, even if it's one game a year. Let's say you're lucky your quarterback doesn't miss a couple games or a game, which it's not too hard to not happen. But I've
Mhm.
seen people resort to starting Andy Dalton in recent years. I've seen people resort to starting people you would never want to see at the helm. And if you're going to say that even if it's one game a season, it's almost like a complete loss, or you're probably going to lose because you're having to face a guy that has a quarterback and throw you for 25 points easily, and you're getting
Who did?
12 to
Who
15.
didn't have a quarterback at that point though?
No, I'm saying for on
I
bye
mean,
weeks.
I know, but when Sam drafted Aaron Rodgers, I think everybody'd had a quarterback at that point. I'm just
Yeah,
realizing.
but now they're not going to be able to. Not everybody had a second quarterback, which means they're at
Yeah,
least going to
yeah.
be fucked on the bye week. Huh?
Fuck a bye week. Bye week don't matter. I guess some of these guys could have
Nah,
used
dude.
this
No, that's what I'm saying. Don't
second,
fuck a bye week,
dude. Yeah,
bro. Even if it counts for
you gonna
making
roster
sure you
this
have a
guy
worthy.
until then?
Dude, I'll roster him all season. You never know what could happen. You never gonna know who's gonna need a
You
quarterback.
never know who's gonna pop up on the waiver wire that you might want to grab, and you got to make some tough decisions. That shit
Yeah, but I got
happens.
other. It's true, but I got other people I could drop for that, and I'll have other people fall off.
I mean, it's whatever. I don't really have an opinion one way. When I thought you were saying there were still teams on the board that hadn't drafted a quarterback, and you got Aaron Rodgers ahead of them, like, oh shit, that's pretty dope.
Let me see. Are you sure everybody had a number one by then for sure?
Yeah, Andy and Miller were the last two. They got their quarterbacks in the 11th round. They like went with very, very. Look at their teams.
I think.
They talked.
Listen,
They
if you don't,
talked. They talked. They talked this strategy beforehand. Look at that. Look how close their teams are. Miller wanted to get an elite tight end, even though I would have went Hawk. Like
who's
shore up the
Chigger
running back position.
McChicken?
Like just look at the colors; they look so similar. That's chicken Conquo,
That's
tight end,
hilarious.
tight end.
That is absolutely
But all
hilarious.
right, I think we've talked about Sam's team enough.
Mm-hmm. All right. Moving on. 4-0. I think he had an amazing first four, and I like the
Yeah,
Cam Akers in the fifth too.
yeah. I really don't.
Only pick I don't really like is DeAndre Hopkins, and that still could be decent.
I don't like DeAndre
Like,
Hopkins when like DJ Moore is still on board.
yeah, I thought the DeAndre, but Siege always likes to like his guys. He's always liked
Yeah,
DeAndre too. He's
like
always fucked with DeAndre.
his first four picks were good for sure.
I
I don't think
think did
I.
CJ even take Julio his first year in Tennessee? I think maybe
No, I got him. It was
was that you?
it was fucking tragic. Yes, I don't even want to talk about it. I didn't even. I
How
didn't even.
early did you
I didn't
take
even.
him?
It was like the fifth round. I got Cooper Cup in the fourth, and then I got Julio in the fifth. But like,
Uh,
I didn't even want to take him. It was like I didn't like him all off season. Had no interest in Julio Jones. And draft day comes, and I end up picking him in the
and
fifth.
you're like, boom, out of nowhere.
Yeah, I that was not my best draft for sure.
It's
But yeah,
funny.
CJ's first four
Lo-
picks are really solid. I think.
Love the Saquon pick. I think where you got him, and this is just where my heart's at because I've had him. I think I might even take him over Henry a little bit. I don't know. That's a tough one. Just great
I'd
where you
take
got
him
him.
over Henry. Yeah, Saquon's
Yeah,
he's still got some miles on his legs.
I
And
love the
he's
AJ
got more than
Brown.
Henry. Yeah.
You got AJ Brown where he needed to go. You got a couple
Yep.
bangers there. Um,
Mark
Andrews is
Andrews slid a
very
little
good.
bit. Andrews
Yep,
slid like
he loves
half
him
round
some
or so.
Andrews.
Yeah, and then he followed up with Burrow. So he got two elite options here at tight end and at quarterback. I mean,
I
four elite
think
options. I
Burrow
mean,
might have been a
these are all
little.
elite.
Burrow
But
might have been a little early, but I think Burrow very well could have his best season of his entire career this year. Literally,
no,
just based on how young everybody is and our offensive line looking pretty primo.
I don't think he grabbed Burrow early at all. Fourth
I
round
don't
is a
think
little
so. When you can get
no.
not when you
No.
can not where you got Rivers where you did
Who?
where he
Huh?
was. Not when you can say not Rivers, Herbert. Not where Herbert went where he did.
I mean, who can count
When
on
you look
that
at that,
happen? Who can count on that happening? That's fucking
I mean,
insane.
we all watched it happen for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fucking rounds. You
Yeah,
know,
we're gonna get to that. I want to see who passed on Herbert. I want to see that when we get to Howie's team for sure. But Joe Burrow, I mean, he's
I kind of regret. I
a
regret he
top three
come back and
quarterback.
get. I don't know. Like I said, I kind of got stuck on that Tua thing. But all right, really, really like that those picks. Like I said, not psycho. Oh, I think Cam Akers very, very good, worthy starter.
I don't think I hate
Um,
Cam Akers as much as the rest of the league seems to. I probably would have
I know
taken
you.
Dobbins over him, but that might be it.
Sam Wackler helped change my mind on Cam Akers. We made fun of for getting him in a dynasty league we're in, but it's almost like the Rams, and they were talking about this on some of the fantasy podcasts we do watch. The Eagle or the Rams, for whatever reason, in the beginning of the season, it's just like they were kind of trade Cam Akers and trying to see what type of value they could get out of him.
Yeah,
And nobody was looking to
he hasn't
trade
been
back.
healthy.
And they said once they realized that it's tough to get value out of a running back, they kind of decided, okay, like Cam's going to be our guy. And when that happened, Cam really started doing really good towards the end of the season. He is their
Yeah,
for
he
sure
was good
starter
last
there
year.
now.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
he is.
I I think he's a
And
nice
who's the
safe
backup running back?
dude.
Exactly. I don't
Ky,
know either.
Ky, Kyron Williams, like Kyron Williams or something like. It doesn't matter. Yeah, Cam's the guy. That offense is going to be not good probably. I don't know how many like goal line
They still
touches he's
got
going to get.
Staffy.
They got Stafford and they got Cup, who's 30 years old, like coming into the season with a fucking hamstring injury. So I mean, if something
Oof.
happens to Cup, like they're not moving the ball at all. You know what I mean? But
Cup scares me this year.
as
Cup
long as
scares me this year.
Cup's healthy, I mean it's a nice safe floor running back who you know is like I won't say bell cow, but he's gonna get most of the touches. Pair him with Saquon Barkley. Like I don't mind that really. I think everybody else
No,
hates
it's
that one.
good.
Especially how he
I don't hate
started
it
in
at
the
all.
first
He's
four
just not a
rounds.
sexy guy. But look where he got him, and
No,
he doesn't need
he
one.
doesn't need to have a sexy guy. Look at his first
Yeah,
four picks. They're all
yeah,
sexy.
yeah.
Like I said,
I think
I don't know if I would have taken Dobbins since I already had Andrews. I might have done the exact same thing CJ did right there, honestly. I might have taken I think I probably would have taken Cam Akers.
I do
Just
regret not taking Dobbins. I looked at this. I did not know Dobbins was there.
it's different, like that's why this first episode the best, dude. At least like from our perspective. I love it's like the first time you really dive into the draft board and see what
And you
went
really
down.
see where you could have
Yeah.
gone.
Yep. But yeah, I kind of like
Damn.
CJ's team.
CJ's good.
His core group at least. His bench isn't great. And I do like Jalen Hyatt here at the end, but I don't think there was any
Jalen.
reason to draft
They
Anthony
are saying
Richardson
Hyatt's looking
when you got
really
Joe
good.
Burrow. Yeah, and
I guess
they don't have many options to throw it to either.
me and Sam were watching a Hard Knocks episode, and he burnt the fuck out of Sauce on a
Mm,
couple plays.
really?
If you saw, yeah, burnt the fuck out of him.
I don't know how I missed that. I'm up to date on that.
Yeah, watch them going at it when they play the
Mm.
Giants. You know what Aaron Rodgers before he goes, whenever he's like, don't poke the bear, motherfucker, have some respect or whatever to
Oh
the one dude.
yeah, dude.
It's
That
that
yeah
same
that.
pretty dope, right? It's that same game. Sam was
Yeah.
showing me, he's like, dude, Sam zeroed in on it. Was like, dude, watch Hyatt fucking burn the fuck out of Sauce, and he did.
Oh damn. Yeah,
Put a couple
Rogers
moves
is
on.
like, I don't even know your name. And I guess the other guy
Yeah,
said, I don't know your name. He's like, bullshit.
yeah, like bullshit, Yeah, that was funny. He goes, have some fucking respect, bro. Fuck off me. I don't even know you, bro. That was funny, dude.
CJ's core group is really good, but he doesn't have a lot of depth behind it. I guess is
Let me see.
that's probably the best way to wrap his team up. His
What
core
the?
group's solid.
I got Zay Flowers in Dynasty. I love him in Dynasty, and the dude is looking dirty.
Yeah, I like Zay Flowers
But
too.
um,
But he's already got Mark Andrews. That would be another situation. If he had to put Zay Flowers in there, it'd be another situation of like he's got to share targets
say
between
this:
two of his
Samar P.
guys.
Ryan is getting so much credit in like every league. For a backup, he's getting taken up there. Is it just because people are that nervous about Javante? I mean,
I guess so. I mean, all accounts like Javante's recovery. I mean, they're calling it like a miracle recovery. Like he is way, way far ahead of schedule where he should be. That was a fucking brutal injury he sustained last year. So
that
that's
bad,
like
huh?
earlier in the season, Samaje was like going higher. Like you could slowly see his ADP just creep down the board because like people are higher on Javante. They're like, all right, they're not going to need P Ryan. But I don't know. Like we'll see. I think
We shall see.
the coach called Samaje up personally and wanted him to come play for him. So what's his
I
name?
will tell you,
Sean.
I did like how Samar played in Cincy.
Yeah, he
I
looked good.
really did, man.
Mm.
He was thick as fuck, thick ass running back. He could play for 3 downs if he had to. He did well when Mixon went out. Um,
I do like. I would have taken McKinnon. I don't know. I like
I
McKinnon
do
as a
like
10.
Judy. Judy's going to be in the starting roster. Judy's going to have
Dude,
1,200 yards and
nobody wanted to touch Broncos running backs. Judy and Sutton fell so far. Nobody
or wide
wanted them. I
receivers.
mean, in term maybe not ADP, but like in terms like you look at the rankings list, like everybody
Uh-huh.
was crossed off. Fucking Jerry Judy, like 6 inches of names crossed off, and then finally somebody takes him. Yeah, nobody wanted to touch his Broncos wide receivers.
That is funny. Judy did hang in there forever.
Yeah.
He is a talented receiver, though. It's
All
a
right.
lot of respect in the league. All right,
Let's move
moving
on.
on,
Yep. Bud.
buddy boy. Let's see here. All
Uh,
righty, Josh Jacobs. I don't know why. I don't know why. Wait, why is the world so weird? Like, is he still arguing over his fucking pay out there? What's the deal with that?
I think he's playing. He's signed. Josh Jacobs is playing.
They signed him.
Yeah, I think they signed him. I think it was like that's over, right? I think that dispute is over. I think Josh
Yeah,
Jacobs is
he
play. He's playing. I'm pretty sure. I can
he
look that
came
up.
back.
Let me. I'm gonna look it up right now.
That's pretty much over. But there is a situation that, for whatever reason, I started getting a bad taste in my mouth or a little worried. I mean, he's our RB1.
He was RB1 last
And
year.
where he
Yep.
got him, that's a good spot. Now, there was a lot of people gone. He had to go Jacobs there, and I would have too. That's a great
Yeah.
spot where he got him. Saquon's gone. Bijan's gone. I go Josh Jacobs there too.
Let me
I'm
look at it.
taking him over Tony Pollard.
No,
I
I
would.
don't.
You don't take him over Tony Pollard?
No, he said that he thought he sniped me on him, but I don't. I wasn't high on Josh Jacobs coming off fucking 400 touches, and I feel like that. I just feel like that Raiders offense might struggle to move the ball a little bit
You know what?
With Garoppolo behind center. Garoppolo relied heavy on like Debo and those little short plays around the line of scrimmage. I, s- I don't know. Can't fault him too much though because Jacobs is a monster. You know, he's a beast. I wouldn't have taken him.
RB1.
I wouldn't have taken him. He was RB1 last year.
You wouldn't have
Coop.
taken him.
No, no.
I think that's
I
okay
would.
where you
I
got
would
him.
have. I still would have taken Tyreek.
I
No,
would have.
I'm saying
Oh
I
no
wouldn't
no
have
no!
taken him if I was there.
I said over Tony. Oh, you were saying you would take.
Pollard?
Okay, if I'm there,
No, I'm not taking him over
I
Pollard
think
either.
about Tyreek too. Just FYI,
Yeah, I'm not taking him over Pollard either.
I think
But
about Tyreek there, but I don't know. Cooper. I mean, knowing that there were some receivers there, he did get Cooper Cup in the second, which people are still huge on him. I'm still shocked Mahomes fell as far as he did.
about Cooper Cup though, I just he makes me
I'm
nervous too. Like
scared,
Bud's first two picks make me a little nervous.
well,
Cup,
especially
Cup,
he's 30 years old, coming
he's
off an
30.
injury.
Yep, he's coming into the season with a hamstring injury. He
What? He's
injured
still
he injured it was it like a month ago, and he just recently re-injured it. So I don't. He's not playing week one. Cup isn't going to be out there week one. hopefully week 2. Like I don't think they're gonna rush him back. He might be without Cooper Cup for I don't know a few weeks, and then there's always a chance
That's
he
a
gets
that's
hurt.
that's a lot of
Always a chance he
damage.
gets hurt again.
Losing your
I
first,
wasn't.
second, or third round pick for a few weeks is a lot of damage to a
Yeah.
team.
Here, let's look it up. Let's see. He was seeing some specialist or something like that. Whatever. I'm not looking it up.
I
Point
think
point.
he looks like a guy that'd be having relationship problems too. This guy's just a lot of things, lot of question marks on this guy. Um,
Dude, Cooper Cup has no problem with the ladies. Dude, look at that guy.
tell him to come down to Columbus. I guarantee I can outdo him. I'm kidding, dude. No, yeah, Cooper Cup's a fucking studly hung well. However, he is 30 years old, coming off an injury, and I do have to say I do go AJ Brown above Cooper Cup.
Me too. I go CD above Cooper
Um,
Cup. I go Amon Ra above Cooper Cup. I go Devontae above Cooper Cup.
I would even like
Howie was right. I would have went Garrett Wilson over Cooper Cup just like Howie did. I would have done the same thing.
I'd have done that for sure. I'd have taken CD over Cooper Cup.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yep.
Devontae too, honestly. Regardless,
I think I might have taken Waddle over Cup. That's how nervous I am about him. If he fell to the third somehow, I might have scooped him up. I wasn't taking him in the second.
I
Like
like the
that's
Mahomes pick.
oh yeah, for sure. Mahomes at the end of the third. Yeah. I was quarterbacks fell a little bit.
They did.
I wasn't expecting
Olave,
fall.
pretty cool in the fourth.
Yeah, dude, Olave consistently is going at the 2-3 turn. Consistently. To have
Dobbins in
Olave,
the fifth.
dude, he sniped me
Man,
on Dobbins. Dobbins, if you didn't take Dobbins, Dobbins was going to be my 5th overall pick instead of Montgomery.
really?
That's the one like real snipe. We can say Jared taking Kenneth Walker, but I mean there's like a few picks in between that, like 4 or 5 picks. But he took Dobbins right when I was about to say Dobbins.
You looking Montgomery? Is he going to be your flex
He's gonna be
or
he's gonna be
Ayuk
no, he's gonna be my RB2 probably. I'm not,
over Bree?
I don't think I'm starting Brees week 1. I'm being patient with him. All right, they're not gonna rush him back. I feel like I can put Montgomery. We'll get them. We're talking about Bud's team. Why are we talking about my team?
True.
But yeah, I don't like
Because just because you looked at J.K. Dobbins, kind of
yeah,
sniped him from you, so I was wondering where to take him. So J.K., that is a good little pick there. Fuck.
yeah,
And
it
he's
is
got
for
Khalil to
sure.
back him up in case one of those,
Yep,
gets
that was
injured
a
or
good pick
sucks a
too.
cock.
Honestly, yeah, after the Josh Jacobs Cooper Cup, which aren't I just I'm not high on those guys, but his next 4 picks were solid
I do
for sure.
take. I'm surprised they took the Muth. He could not surprised. He could have done a little better than taking Muth there, I think. But that's nickel and diming him.
Right, there's
Tyler
some.
Lockett, as late as he got, is decent. Decent.
Yeah, that was good. Tyler Lockett in the 8th was good, but I mean all these wide receivers kind of fell, but he picked up a good one in the 8th, for sure. But yeah, all those like kind of mid-range tight ends went off the board early.
They
Muth,
did.
Njoku, Ingram up in the 6th. Yeah, but that's why I just decided to wait and wait and wait because there's no difference between those guys. Like we were talking with Jared about. Like they're gonna
Right.
get what 50 yards maybe, and hopefully they get in the end zone. Yeah.
Right.
But
Antonio Gibson's not bad. Philly defense is pretty cool.
yeah, Billy D is good to you. So, were they top 3 last year? They were a good defense last year. They're going to be a good defense again. Maybe a better defense. But
but nice. Well,
but
moving
but
on.
but Bud always
D.
finds a way to get in the playoffs.
He
I,
does.
I
He
wouldn't be
does.
surprised if he gets in again. I mean,
Oh, auto
yeah,
draft
pick
Bud.
picks 3 through 6 were really good.
He did good. I'm a Tyreek Hill slut, so starting off with your team, I got him in Dynasty. Still fucking adore him. Tyreek Hill fucking annihilated it last year, and still did all that without Tua an entire season. So just imagine if Tua was there an entire season. Shout out to Jared for still getting Tyreek in the second round last year, but people were scared with him being on the new team, so I get it.
Yeah, that was good.
Um, Pollard's going to be extremely productive. I do. If he's productive, he's going to be productive. I'll tell you what, it scares me how fucking marketable fucking Deuce Vaughn is, and the fact that I guess his dad got caught, I guess, doing something sexual with Jerry Jones a few years ago. So I guess he's kind of
Ah, that's what
partial to
happened.
this Deuce Vaughn dude. Um,
I was so
Deuce
happy to
Vaughn,
I was so happy to snag him. I was worried. I mean, because it was like no one was talking about him pre-draft, and he took Devon
Deuce
A. Chain
Vaughn.
over him. Yeah, I'm surprised he
So
didn't take
you
him at
know,
the 11th there. I feel way better about that Tony Pollard pick since I got Deuce Vaughn.
I would too. He just seems marketable. I didn't know you got him, so that's huge. That's what I was getting ready to tell you. That's the only thing I'd be worried about. I didn't realize that. Yeah,
Yeah.
that Deuce Vaughn. It's like, of course, you're going to start Pollard, but if they start fucking with you, you still have him there just in case.
Right.
Um, so
Pollard's the guy that doesn't need a ton of
do you
touches,
still
you
take
know.
Pollard over? Yeah, you're exactly right. They talked about that. They said that even with Zeke, that Pollard was doing great.
Yeah, well, he was. Yeah,
So
Zeke was there last year.
exactly,
No more Zeke.
no
Yeah,
more Zeke.
love Pollard. Pollard's one of the reasons I wanted to like. I was happy when I pulled 11 because I was really hoping I could swing back around and grab Pollard.
Really, you really wanted him.
Yeah, but I was thinking at that point I'd probably already have a running back and I'd start running back. But the running backs got gobbled up. Tyreek was there, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Let me
Poll-
ask.
Pollard was the guy I was consistently getting on that 1-2 turn. So
And you would still take Pollard over Josh Jacobs.
yeah, dude, I'm telling you, I don't know if you'll find anything I regret in this draft. Like it may not be my favorite team I've ever drafted, but as as far as
I don't think anybody
how I
feels
have
that way. Just
how I evaluate my performance on like I don't know if there's anything I could have done better, honestly. Like
let me see if I can try to
you
find
may
one.
not like the finished product of it, but
I do think David
I
Monk.
don't think I would change. I didn't wake up with any regret
Let
on
me
choices I
think.
made. Maybe we'll find something here though.
No, because I'm just worried about David Montgomery, but there's nothing else really there. Like, and you're not lying. You did just get swiped by Dobbins.
Yeah, that hurt a little bit. I mean, if I would have been able to plug Dobbins into my RB2 until Brees is ready, I'd have felt a little better about that than David Montgomery. Even though I love
Oh,
David Montgomery, I feel like he's going to fall into the end zone, 10 times. Like you got to think Jamal Williams got 17 touchdowns last year. I don't expect that. David Montgomery's a better running back. He's the bigger running back. Like is 10 really that? I mean, is that really that lofty of an expectation? I don't think it is. I feel like
I
he's going to
can't believe Jamal Williams got. Yeah, I know he did that, but it's
17
just hard.
touchdowns. Yeah. I mean, it's not going to happen again. Like I said, Amon Ra fell at the 1 yard line like 5 or 6 times. Jamal Williams just punched it in.
Is that like a literal stat?
It might have been more than that. Yeah, he fell on the one a lot.
That's funny.
Yeah, I mean,
That is funny.
you can't rely on that. But 10, I feel like that's reasonable. I feel like that's a reasonable amount of touchdowns to predict out of David
10.
Montgomery. Yeah. Well, okay.
Yeah, because if both Gibbs and Jamal can simply do what DeAndre Swift, or
They will.
if Gibbs and Montgomery can do simply what DeAndre Swift and
They're better.
Jamal Williams do, we'll be fine
I think they're better running backs.
for
And
sure,
yeah,
for sure,
that offense is gonna be nasty.
for sure.
I think
So
I think Brees Hall makes a lot of people nervous, and that's probably why they're down on my team. But like I said, I'm
honestly, similar to Sam last year when he took Brees and Pollard. You got a couple things to prove with them, but they both proved it last year, didn't they?
yeah. The difference is Brees is coming off an injury. He's coming off an ACL,
Yeah.
but I mean he's
Didn't you
right
get
on.
Dalvin too?
No, I
No, you
didn't.
didn't get
I'm not.
Dalvin.
I'm not.
Somebody else did.
I mean he got Dalvin around later. Like I'm not investing like a fifth round capital on like another Jets running back. Like you can have Dalvin. But
That'd be tough.
Brees Hall has more upside than a lot of these backs that came before him. I know it's a risky pick, but if it pays off, it's going to be fucking huge.
Right.
I know it's
Right.
risky. And if I already had a running back of RB2, I definitely would have taken Olave. It hurt to let Olave pass me right there
He's going to be
because
bad. You
he
like
shouldn't
Olave.
have been there.
Didn't you have Olave for a little bit?
Yeah, I had him last year. He's a monster. I mean, he was good with just subpar quarterback play. He's got Derek Carr now, who loves to launch the ball down the field, and Chris Olave, who loves to run down the field. I mean, that's why he was going so high. Like people are predicting him to just blow the fuck up. He had
Yeah, I
more
think
air
he will.
yards than anybody else in the league by like a significant margin.
No joke.
Yeah. No, Olave is the real deal. But yeah, I don't. You talk about my team. I don't. Do you see
Yeah.
anything? What would you have done
Yeah.
differently? What have you? What would you have done
That's what I'm
differently?
trying to think. I think it's the only thing. Like I think Montgomery's good, but I wonder if you could still found a starting guy there. Maybe Khalil. I would have taken over Montgomery there. Um, and this is me trying to be critical. Um, I think that any shakiness in Christian Watson in that offense that I may have, because I told you love makes me a little nervous, but she doesn't make you.
Yeah.
Brandon Ayuk. I mean,
Right.
he's just as worthy, and
Brandon,
Ayuk is gonna.
he went. He
I
went
bet you.
after guys like Jerry Judy, Sky Moore, Brandon Cooks,
I
Michael
bet you
Pittman,
Brandon Ayuk
Deontay
is
Johnson.
1,100 yards, a 12 touchdown guy, possibly.
My God, I
Couldn't
can
you see
only
that?
hope. I can only
Couldn't
hope.
you see that?
I don't know.
You couldn't
Debo's still in
see?
the mix. I in the realm of
But look at their
possibilities,
numbers.
but
Look at Ayuk last year. What did
he was good. He had what do you have like 8 touchdowns, 7 8 touchdowns. It was good. I mean, it's possible. I hope so.
That's cheap Brandon
I
Ayuk
was
stats.
happy for him to be there. I mean,
Dude, he had 1,000 yards last year. Don,
yeah, I
that's
know.
crazy. Yeah, he had 1,000. Let me think.
I
A
think he turned.
thousand and eight. I'm telling you, he can do 1,112 this year.
As long as
I
Brock
could see
Purdy's
it.
healthy, I guess. I think that's when he turned it around. I think Brock Purdy targets him a little bit. So hopefully Brock Purdy stays healthy. What about the Charbonnet
Yeah.
pick? You got any thoughts about
Well, I
Charbonnet?
think it was a cool for what you spent on him. I mean, you got him for peanuts. I think it's an extremely good pick for peanuts. Kenny Walker's still not for sure. Who knows what could happen? And those are the guys who end up being the reason people win it all. You know,
I think.
was Kenny Walker picked up off the bench last year?
What do you mean? Yeah, they started with Rashad Penny. Is that what you mean? Yeah, Kenneth Walker wasn't the starter to start the season. It was Rashad Penny.
See,
It was
that's the
it
shit
was
that does
tearing
it,
it up.
anyways.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
the
To
shit
be
that
clear, I
does
mean,
it,
Kenneth
anyways.
Walker is the guy, and he's really fucking good.
But
But
that's
if
that's why
something were to happen
that's
with Walker, I don't. Maybe Charbonnet eats into his like. Maybe he gets his own
exactly
by the end of the season. I don't.
that's what scares me. That fucking
I think
and
they
we all
can.
thought Rashad Penny was going to do it. And all of a sudden, Chris Carson still eats.
I
Like
think they can
what?
coexist a little bit though.
We'll see. We'll
Quentin
see.
Johnson in the ninth. I was happy he fell to me.
I like the fact that Jared has Kenny Walker. Yeah, don't get it twisted, but
No, yeah, I love Kenny Walker.
Seattle's just been so weird with their running backs. It's not just this year, bub. I've stayed away from Seattle's running backs for years, and it seems like it really didn't even break through or work out too much
Yeah.
late one year, or if you got Chris Carson late one year, or something happened like a breakout like Kenny Walker that Andy got. So let's just hope the same thing doesn't happen with Charbonnet for J Rod. However, it could, and Charbonnet could very well. If Charbonnet even has 600 yards and 7 touchdowns, I think that's eating quite a bit into Kenny Walker's play. But
I like
we'll
them
see.
both. I like them both.
I do too.
And I think
I would have
what
still,
5 rounds in between them, I think that's fair.
yeah, and I still would have taken, yeah, you're exactly right. And I still would have taken Kenny Walker if I was where Jared was,
Yeah, me
especially
too.
if that effect
I
helped win the league
absolutely
the year
would.
prior.
Yep.
Um, moving on your team.
Whoops.
Um,
I got
Quentin
Quentin
Johnson.
Johnston. I don't need to
Who's
go
Quentin
through them all.
Johnson?
He's
But who is
a
Quentin Johnson?
rookie wide receiver for the Chargers. He's
Okay.
he's like a big Mike Williams type guy. So
Okay.
if one of those
Wish.
guys gets hurt, which they often do, like
Yeah. The other one
he
could help
you never
step
know.
up. Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
went I went at
So if you're,
I preach how important defense is in this league. So I put my money where my mouth was, and I took the number one defense off the board.
you were in a slight privileged position, I have to say,
What,
because
at the top of?
you were lucky because you got to be after the guy that drafted Patrick Mahomes. And the reason that's powerful to do is because the big three this year are Jalen Hurts, Patrick Mahomes, or Josh Allen. But you
What do
still were
you?
happy with either three of those you would get pretty
Oh
much.
yeah, for sure.
So it's kind of like you want to be the one to get the last one, whoever it is,
Right.
just so
Well,
you could get a better pick coming
that's how it
back.
is. Right.
So you
You,
were
you
extremely privileged because you were right after the
it
guy
worked
with
out. It worked
Mahomes.
out good. Yeah.
Yeah, so you're like, fuck, he took Mahomes. Well,
That's what
I'll go ahead and just if you good.
you want to be at the end of a run, not at the beginning. You don't want to start a quarterback run. Like
Nope, you want to end it.
you want to end it.
So you ended it. So then, because you ended it, you were able to have a pick one, two, three
If
ahead. The guy that had Mahomes and
if I don't get a big time
one,
quarterback
two.
like that, my team does not look very good. I mean, they look fine, I guess, but it just changes the whole makeup of my team.
It does. So Josh Allen, Tony Pollard, Brees Hall, Tyreek Hill, Brandon Ayuk, or Christian Watson as your wide receiver two, one of the two,
It's
and
gonna be
then
Watson.
either one of those other, either Ayuk or David Montgomery in your flex. That's pretty good.
And
Ayuk's your
everybody's
flex
healthy.
guy. Yeah,
Uh, and if they're all healthy, David Montgomery's my flex guy. But who knows? Like
yeah,
ideally, Brees Hall's moving into my RB2 slot, and then David
yeah,
Montgomery's going to my flex. But we'll
bro.
see. I'm happy with how it went.
You did. You
We'll
got a
see.
good team. I'd be happy if I got Josh Allen too. He's a lot of, even on the fact that he's going to get a lot of Sunday, Monday, and Thursday night games. It'll be fun for you to just smoke up, put the kids to bed, and just watch Josh go to
Yeah,
town and
dude, it's
win
gonna
you
be
the
so much.
fucking winning the fucking game, dude. Let's just talk about that for 1 second. You guys, of course, we want to win and rub it in each other's faces, and I want to beat you cunt bags every fucking year, and I want to be the best in this league. But dude, what makes fantasy football so magical is for that Monday night when you're just feeling chill, or that Thursday night, dude, where you got Gibbs playing, or you got, like I said, Josh Allen coming up, and you get to just, you literally think, man, it's going to be so nice just
Yeah,
sitting back,
it's fun as
having a
fuck
beer,
for sure.
hitting a
Yep,
bowl,
yep.
and just watching your guy win you the
Dude,
fucking league.
I had a blast watching Pat Mahomes last year. I can't wait to.
You had to have, right?
Yeah, it was
It's
so much
just,
fun.
I remember a
I don't know
little
if I've ever
Sunday.
had it. I've never had an elite quarterback like that. I don't think prior to last year. So yeah, I wasn't used to that.
It was
Yeah,
nice. They get a lot of
it's a
night games and shit.
yeah. That's another thing. Yeah, but yep. We'll move on to Nathan. I like my team. Uh,
Howmander. Howmander, I love how you went full blown. When you go three wide receivers in a row, bro, that's going either full blown rogue or full blown retard. But I like to think, dude, with these picks, dude, you went full blown rogue. Like that was Stephon Diggs. You can't argue with where you got him. Bam, he's the last. He's the last for sure great guy of the past, like that you know there's going to be there. And you
yeah,
started out with like the for sure great guy to the future, which is
yeah. He
Garrett
kind of
Wilson.
did.
And right, so Garrett Wilson's going to be awesome. And look, we're all seeing what Calvin Ridley's doing in the
I
preseason.
yeah,
He's
dude. He
he's
looks
looking
good. He looks
he's
really
looking
good. Yeah, I
Calvin
love
Ridley's
Ridley.
looking like a top tier dude, you know.
Ridley Ridley was another guy I was targeting in that 3-4 range.
I wanted
If I'd already had a couple running backs.
I wanted Ridley bad, dude.
Yeah. Yep.
I really did,
Yeah, obviously Nathan's wide receivers are going to be nasty. He went 3 straight wide receivers.
bro.
And like everybody taking running backs said the good wide receivers fall.
And Miles isn't a bad pick. Dalvin scares me.
Yeah, I don't
His
I don't
running
know. I
backs
don't
are
know.
shaky, but his receivers are just so elite. It
Right.
doesn't matter too much. And he's got Herbert there with him. Herbert and the boys,
Yep.
dude.
Herbert in the eighth was I mean, it kind of dude, it makes the team so much better. Because I wasn't crazy about his team, and then he snagged Herbert in the eighth. He's got a potential like top 3 quarterback in the eighth round to pair with his 3 stud wide receivers. Yeah, that was huge for you to grab Herbert there. And some people that let him fall, we let Herbert fall low.
You know, the reason I didn't draft Herbert,
Deshaun,
you know, the
yeah,
reason
go
I
ahead.
didn't go reach up and draft Herbert, and I was peeking at him, man. I was peeking at him, but what sold me on staying with Tua late was, dude, Herbert only threw 25 touchdowns last year.
He
Now
had he had a rough year.
his entire team was hurt.
Yeah,
His entire team was hurt, but still, I just thought I could. I just every year I get shocked when I'm watching my team at the players that end up making my starting lineup. And I'll
yeah.
think to myself, shit, dude, I never thought I'd be starting you week to week, bro.
Right.
Do
It's
you ever
funny.
feel that way? Do
Yeah.
you ever feel that way? Like you're
We'll
like, dude,
find guys on waivers, and yeah, I mean it's gonna be chaos. It's always chaos. That's how the
right?
NFL is.
Right. And I just kind of started thinking, like, you know what? I want to hold out because his average season scared me. And I kind of started thinking, like, I didn't know how different it's going to be. However, I do think Herbert's going to have a plus 30 touchdown season, um,
Yeah, yeah, for
which is
sure.
great for where you got it. And he's going to be a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah,
And the
Howie's one
Chargers
of my
going.
Howie's got one of my favorite teams. He's a playoff team.
Um,
I think he got Cowboys D too, right
oh,
after I
dude.
took 49ers. Yeah, he's got a good team, and he got Justin Tucker. I mean, I keep talking about this gay shit, but
Yeah, that,
nice.
bro. One of my biggest regrets, like you said, is not getting Cowboys D, and I thought about doing that exact same thing that he did was the
Yeah.
Cowboys D and Justin Tucker. That's where it's cool to be on that 11-12 turn is to cap shit like that.
Yeah,
That's
I
that's a
I
nice
like playing the turn too. It
that's a
feels
nice
easier.
little
It's
cap,
easier to predict who's gonna fall to you. When you're in the middle, it's just like, who fucking knows? And plus,
right?
you get to make those picks, and you just get to chill for a little
Yeah, that's true. Great
bit.
for great for
Yeah,
smokers.
smoke
Great for
break, fucking
smokers.
fill your beer, whatever
Mm-hmm.
you got to do. But
Yep. Go
Howie,
pretend you're take.
good team, top 3 team, I think, top 3 or 4.
I think Howie's a top 3 team for sure.
Yeah, I wouldn't argue it. But
Well, I
that'll
mean,
wrap it
let's look
up.
at his. Well, let's look. Yeah, let's say this. Who's going to? If you have to pick one champion right now, who's your one champion?
Uh, I voted Gil first. I guess I'll go Gil.
Go Gil. I
I
like
w-
Gil's team.
I'll go Gil.
I'm going. I'm going Howie. I'm going Howie.
Yeah, I can't argue it. I really can't.
Fuck, dude. If Howie gets his third, oh my god, dude, that'd be crazy.
We'll see. His running backs are, kind of iffy. Running backs are
Mm-hmm.
important. We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
I like it
Going
too.
to be a hell of a fucking season, guys.
Yep. Good luck,
Great
guys.
fucking luck. Absolutely. The first week, there's always tons of action. Don, let's get on. Let's hop on next week at some point. Wrap up the first week. It's always
We'll
exciting,
be able to look
and
up. We'll be able to look at matchup next week. That'd be fun.
that's going to be real nice.
We'll have a
All
we'll have a
right,
power
guys.
rankings too. But yep.
Great luck
All right.
this season, guys.
See you guys.